A soccer ball rips into the net. Park Ji-sak scores the equalizer, and his teammates celebrate wildly. The team runs across the sun-drenched field in triumphant celebration. A young blue-haired boy watches the game with pure, unadulterated joy. The scene shifts to a warm, inviting family dinner. The blue-haired boy and his parents share a happy meal together. The boy, Ho-young, declares his dream to be a great player like Park Ji-seok. His father explains that becoming a football player requires talent. The father smiles warmly, believing his son Ho-young possesses a special talent. Ho-young and his mother are overjoyed by his father's encouragement. In 2002, a hopeful Ho-young joins a football academy. A rough tackle sends the ball flying. He realizes he's no match for the professionally trained kids. Ho-young stumbles and falls hard onto the grassy field. Sitting on the ground, he thinks glumly, "I fell again." The coach singles him out, telling him to train separately. He's sent to the group for below-par players, watching the others from afar. He feels like a huge failure, facing an insurmountable wall. Overwhelmed by disappointment, young Ho-young breaks down in tears. A memory of a happier time, a family meal filled with love. The past fades into a fractured, dissolving memory. Years later, an adult Ho-young sits alone, looking dejected with a beer. His friend asks if he's drunk from his sudden change in mood. Ho-young brushes it off, congratulating his friend, who notes he already did. He insists they should celebrate, raising his glass with a forced smile. His friend smiles back, playing along with the celebration. Ho-young offers a faint smile, holding his drink. While his friend joined a professional football club, Ho-young became a part-time clerk. He chugs his drink in one shot, shocking his friend. Overcome with emotion, he screams internally about being an idiot for giving up. His friend muses they could have played together, but Ho-young sarcastically deflects the painful thought. His friend bluntly tells him that regret changes nothing now. Ho-young recalls his younger self, who wanted more than a hobby. As a student, he watched others play, feeling he had missed his chances. He was stuck in a cycle of regret, always thinking it was too late. A powerful desire surfaces. "I want to start over again." A bright light envelops Ho-young as he sits, lost in thought. An opportunity arrives via phone. A 4-on-4 futsal match needs players now. Ho-young stares out at the rain, contemplating the offer. A determined smile spreads across his face. He's decided. He walks through a rainy street toward his destination. Arriving at the court, an old friend greets him warmly. His friend pulls him in close, but Ho-young seems surprised. A red-haired man glances back at them with a cold expression. The red-haired man scoffs, turning away with clear disdain. Ho-young notes that the guy Yoon Jung-ho is ignoring him. He remembers Yoon Jung-ho as a talented, award-winning youth player. A flashback shows Yoon Jung-ho injured on the field. Back in the present, the group gathers, one man groaning in discomfort. Ho-young's friend complains loudly about playing in the pouring rain. The man in the dark blue shirt suggests they play a quick game outside. The other team agrees to a 4-on-4 match. A man on Ho-young's team states the rules. First to 5 goals wins. As the game starts, a teammate tells Ho-young to move forward, and he eagerly agrees. Ho-young recalls his past skills as a forward, confident in his abilities. In the present, he's open for a shot on goal as a teammate yells, "He's free!" Thwack! Yoon Jung-ho brutally intercepts, knocking the ball away. Ho-young realizes he can't compare to a seasoned professional. Yoon Jung-ho gives a smug, satisfied smirk after his block. Fuming, Ho-young curses him under his breath. The action continues, and Ho-young refocuses with determined eyes. He confronts his rival, declaring he will break through Yoon Jung-ho's defense. Yoon Jung-ho easily stops the ball with his foot, looking down on Ho-young. He flashes a condescending, predatory smile. With immense power, he unleashes a vicious kick. Pow! The ball slams directly into Ho-young's groin. The ball sails high over the fence and out of the court. A hand clenches into a tight fist. Enraged, Ho-young grabs Yoon Jung-ho's jersey, shouting at him. A teammate holds Yoon Jung-ho back as he taunts Ho-young, while another tells Ho-young it was just an accident and to get the ball. An opposing player pats Ho-young on the back, calling him a loser. Dejected, Ho-young walks off the court to retrieve the ball. As he touches the wet soccer ball, it begins to crackle with blue energy. Zap! A bolt of lightning strikes him through the ball. The lightning intensifies, engulfing him in a blinding explosion of light. "Ah!" he screams in agony as the energy tears through his body. His form begins to shatter and dissolve into particles. He despairs, believing it's unfair to die before accomplishing anything. As his body disintegrates, he wonders if this is really the end. He screams, waking up in a cold sweat in what appears to be his room. His panic subsides into confusion as he looks around, muttering, "Wait." Suddenly, he finds himself floating in a dark void, questioning where he is. A swirling vortex of blue cosmic energy forms before him. A mysterious, masked figure begins to materialize from the light. The entity fully appears, a tall, winged demon in a golden mask. Ho-young stares up in absolute shock and terror. He stammers nervously, asking if the being is a demon. The masked figure confirms his suspicion, stating, "I see you know." Ho-young explains that he guessed because the creature looks like one. The being introduces itself as the Demon of Greed, known to humans as the Brain Eater. Ho-young's eyes widen in horror at the creature's name. He stands before the imposing demon, now wearing a jacket. He stares in stunned silence, trying to process the situation. The demon considers him for a moment and says, okay. Holding two glowing orbs, the demon offers to let him trade for two things. It presents a green orb, offering him the chance to trade for time. Then it reveals a purple orb, offering him a special ability. The demon explains the first offer. He can travel back in time by 10 to 23 years. However, it warns that there is a price, as nothing in the world is free. A glimmer of hope appears in Ho-young's eyes as he asks, "What's the price?" A masked figure offers a deal. Go back 1 year, lose 1 year of life. The figure smirks, adding that no one knows when they'll die anyway. The blue-haired young man, Ho-young, grins, ready to accept the terms. He reasons it's fine as long as he doesn't go bald, confident he'll live a long life. Whoosh! The masked being conjures a glowing purple orb of energy. Staring at the orb, Ho-young wonders about the nature of this devil's power. The being reveals it's the power to obtain anything he desires. It crushes the orb, unleashing the power within. Ho-young realizes he must experience the ability to truly understand it. A pale, clawed hand reaches toward him. As the hand approaches, he thinks the deal feels more like an act of charity. A brilliant light emanates from the being's hand, enveloping Ho-young. The creature grins, asking how many years he wishes to rewind. Ho-young stares back, his eyes wide with the gravity of the choice. He covers his face, overwhelmed by the absurdity of it all. But then a determined smile spreads across his face as he considers the possibilities. His eyes widen with dawning realization and resolve. He suddenly finds himself as a young boy in his childhood room. Staring at his small hands, he excitedly exclaims, "I'm really back." He processes the impossible reality. He is now 10 years old. Thump! He clenches his fists tightly. He declares with newfound hope that he can achieve anything at this age. In the kitchen, his father, a man with glasses, notes that it's evening. Ho-young is shocked, realizing how young his parents now look. A delicious home-cooked meal is spread across the dinner table. The family happily eats dinner together. Young Ho-young announces his new dream, to become a football player. His father chuckles warmly at his son's declaration. He passionately amends his goal to become the best football player in the world. His beaming parents proudly pat their son's head. A montage shows Ho-young on a soccer field, and the demonic being with a scythe, a reminder of his pack. Holding a special football, he wonders why his heart pounds just looking at it. He joyfully dribbles a worn-out ball across a grassy field. A determined smile lights up his face as he plays with all his heart. He stands ready, eager to test the ability he received from the deal. A brilliant golden light erupts from the ground. He stands in the middle of the field, bathed in a radiant golden aura. A status window appears, revealing Ho-young possesses no talents. His expression turns to one of utter shock and confusion. He stares at the disappointing notification, his hopes dashed. Thump! He begins juggling a soccer ball on a school field. Holding the ball, he wishes he had someone to measure his new skills against. A red-haired boy appears, condescendingly asking what he's doing. The boy taunts him, sneering that he can't even play football. Ho-young freezes in shock, recognizing his old rival, a 10-year-old Yoon Jung-ho. Yoon Jung-ho aggressively defends his taunts, seeing nothing wrong with pointing out someone's lack of skill. He sticks out his tongue and pulls down his eyelid, mockingly yelling, "Nia." Grip. Ho-young clenches his fist, his expression hardening with anger. Suddenly, a brilliant golden aura flares to life around Yeon Jung-ho. The radiant energy intensifies, crackling around the unsuspecting boy. With newfound power, Ho-young's eyes glow with focus. A glowing stats window materializes in front of Yeon Jung-ho. The window reveals Yeon Jung-ho's talents and the condition to copy one, play together for 60 minutes. A young Ho-young celebrates, realizing he can now see the talents of others. He sizes up his rival, thinking that while Yeon Jung-ho is no genius, his talent is better than nothing. A vision of the demon of greed reminds him of the source of his power, avarice. Back in his younger body, Ho-young eagerly asks Yeon Jung-ho to play football with him. The two boys compete fiercely on the practice field. Yeon Jung-ho skillfully dribbles past a stunned Ho-young. He scores a goal, sending the ball rocketing into the net. As Ho-young pants in exhaustion, Yeon Jung-ho dismisses the game as boring and refuses to play with him anymore. A system notification appears. The 60-minute condition has been met, offering a choice of talents to copy. He selects the football prodigy B talent. Ho-young watches as golden energy surges from the system window. Success and notification confirms he has acquired the football prodigy talent. He grins, thrilled by his first successful talent copy. His new status as a football prodigy flashes before him. Clenching his fists, he knows that future growth now depends on his own hard work. He notices the condition to copy another talent has decreased, sparking an idea. Yeon Jung-ho, holding the ball, asks if he wants to play a bit more. Ho-young calls out to a departing Yeon Jung-ho, trying to persuade him. He offers to buy him bread and chocolate, catching Yeon Jung-ho's attention. Ho-young smiles to himself, thinking that at the end of the day, his rival is still just a kid. Huff huff. After more playing, Ho-young collapses onto the grass, completely spent. Startled, he sees a golden system notification appear as he sits exhausted. Given the choice to copy the powerful mid-range shot, he enthusiastically accepts. His status updates, showing he now possesses two powerful talents. Yeon Jung-ho says he's exhausted, and they can stop, mocking Ho-young for being tired already. He pauses, looking thoughtful as he considers something. Ho-young grins, thanking him for the game. As they walk, Yeon Jung-ho asks if he has money for the snacks, and Ho-young confidently confirms he does. Yeon Jung-ho suddenly asks if his family is poor and if his mom will scold him for spending money. Ho-young grabs his arm to stop him, and Yeon Jung-ho asks what's wrong. Yeon Jung-ho yells in frustration as Ho-young runs away, having tricked him. Walking home alone, Ho-young soberly thinks that this is not enough. He knows that to make his talent blossom, he'll need hard work and luck. He considers his options in an era without YouTube, sure that there must be a way. He stops outside an electronics store, watching a soccer match on a display TV. He realizes there's a perfect broadcast that can help him. An image of a professional player celebrating a victory flashes in his mind. Ho-young looks up with a confident, determined expression. Arriving home, he excitedly tells his father his new dream, to be on Shoot Dory. His parents are stunned into silence, asking him what he's talking about. Fly Shoot Dory is a popular youth football development program. The family gathers around the computer, and his mother asks his father if he's heard of the show, but he hasn't. His father reads the program's description aloud, noting it's for kids aged 8 to 10. In a touching moment, his mother gently places her hand on her husband's. Beaming with hope, Ho-young declares, "I want to do this." His parents share a warm, proud smile. His father pats his head, agreeing they should support their son's dream completely. A man in sunglasses announces they must select 8 to 10 people for the show. A man in a white jacket questions if they're ignoring the skills of other kids. The man is introduced as Kim Jong-kook, a singer and the Shoot Dory coach. The man in sunglasses explains the show's concept is an underdog challenge, focusing only on kids who grab attention. Coach Kim Jong-kook sits at the table and agrees with the plan. The man in sunglasses points sternly, warning the coach not to get too attached. Coach Kim laughs cheerfully, suggesting they simply do their best. The scene shifts to a line of young hopefuls, with Ho-young standing among them. Reviewing applications, the producer mentally sorts the kids by personality types, feeling confident in his selections. Another staff member pitches a player who kicks well and has a mischievous vibe, noting his image is unique. Ho-young, wearing number 24, stands on the field, ready for his tryout. A close-up reveals his bright, determined eyes. The producer sizes him up, thinking he's not particularly tall or good-looking. Ho-young stands alone on the vast green field, awaiting his turn. He faces the panel of judges, the scriptwriter, Coach Kim, and PD Choi. A hand places a soccer ball on the grass before him. Ho-young takes his position, poised and ready to begin. PD Choi tells him he can show off any special skills he has, not just football. Ho-young grins, confidently declaring that this is his special skill. Thump, he flicks the ball into the air with his foot. He begins to juggle the ball with impressive speed and control. The judges watch, their expressions shifting from neutral to surprised. His focused gaze never leaves the ball as he expertly uses his knee. A dynamic montage captures his fluid and complex juggling techniques. Whoa! The entire panel erupts in amazement, exclaiming how good he is. He continues his display, effortlessly balancing the ball on his head. The onlookers are captivated, remarking that he must have practiced a lot. With intense focus, he balances the ball perfectly on his forehead. A brief flashback shows him as a younger boy, practicing juggling alone. Another flashback reveals his exhaustive training, panting as he keeps the ball airborne. Wiping sweat from his brow, he recalls the countless hours of solitary practice. Back in the present, Coach Kim asks PD Choi if he's a prodigy, and the PD agrees to watch more. A voice announces a simple test, and a surprised Ho-young asks what it is. Coach Kim walks onto the field, challenging Ho-young to score a goal against him. The coach stands in front of the goal, thinking the boy won't be disqualified, even if he fails. Ho-young bursts forward, dribbling the ball with focused intensity. He faces off against Coach Kim, ready to make his move. With a quick feint, he dribbles past the coach, leaving him behind. A blur of blue energy shows the coach's desperate, failed attempt to stop him. The coach looks back in utter disbelief. Whoosh! The ball slams into the back of the net. Ho-young turns with a triumphant grin after scoring the goal. Impressed, the coach smiles and asks for another round, promising to try properly this time. He thinks to himself that he's now genuinely curious about the kid's talent. A vibrant purple aura surrounds the coach as he gets serious, ready to test if Ho-young is a true prodigy. Ho-young advances on the now serious coach, the ball at his feet. In a flash of skill, he nutmegs the coach, sending the ball through his legs. He darts past his stunned opponent, clear on goal. Shot! He unleashes a powerful kick the ball, trailing white energy as it flies. The ball rockets into the goal for a second time. Whoa. The judges erupt in stunned amazement at his skills. The crowd and cameraman cheer loudly, captivated by the performance. Watching from the sideline, Coach Kim marvels at how good he is. A blue-haired boy stands poised on the field, a blur of motion. The coach reflects on the boy's surprisingly powerful mid-range shot. A smiling Ho-young thinks to himself that this kid is good at football. Clenching his fist, he silently celebrates his successful tryout. Walking away, he feels confident he passed, knowing his hard practice paid off. He smiles, believing this is a great start to becoming famous on the show. A narration introduces Lee Kang-cheol, the show's biggest star, who became a sensation overnight. The gleaming crest of the Valencia Football Club appears. Ho-young dreams bigger, setting his sights on Barcelona or Real Madrid. A voice calls out his name as a large figure approaches him from behind. He turns to see Coach Kim Jong-kook walking toward him. The coach smiles, asking if the young boy recognizes him. Ho-young excitedly confirms he saw him on a music show, and the coach laughs. Coach Kim smiles warmly, pointing forward in a friendly gesture. He crouches down, ready to speak with the young player. Ho-young's face lights up with a bright, happy expression. Aha! This guy, the coach laughs, giving Ho-young a fist bump. Ho-young asks the coach if he'll be appearing on the program too. His parents suddenly arrive, calling his name, much to his surprise. His father introduces himself, and they bow respectfully as the coach greets them. Coach Kim lets out a cheerful laugh, patting the back of his neck. Ho-young's parents study the coach, with his father thinking he looks familiar. Ho-young proudly introduces him as Kim Jong-kook, Leroy the White Cat, shocking his parents. His father apologizes for not recognizing the star, but the coach waves it off graciously. Coach Kim praises Ho-young, telling his parents their son is a talented player. His father beams with pride, thanking the coach and wondering if his son could play abroad soon. The coach wishes them good results as they exchange polite goodbyes. Coach Kim winks, giving Ho-young an encouraging, fighting fist pump. Ho-young grins, enthusiastically cheering, "Fighting!" back at the coach. His eyes widen as his special ability suddenly activates. A system window reveals Kim Jong-kook's talents, sculpted muscles, and gentle vocals. The condition to copy a talent is to exercise with him for over 60 minutes. Ug Ho-young seems less than thrilled by the available talents. He quickly calls out to the departing Kim Jong-kook. Running up to him, he asks for a protein supplement recommendation. Kim Jong-kook gives him a knowing, slightly smug smile. He tells Ho-young he's too young for supplements, but agrees to tell him about them anyway. Yes, Ho-young replies, with a huge, eager smile. He then seizes the opportunity, asking the coach to teach him some exercises too. The coach beams with a massive, delighted grin. The system conditioned to exercise together for 60 minutes flashes in his mind. Ho-young eagerly asks to be taught how to exercise. The coach shows Ho-young different protein powders on the field. They stretch together, with the coach cheekily flipping off the camera. The two jog side by side along a path. Coach Kim casually dribbles the ball while Ho-young keeps pace. As the coach takes a water break, Ho-young thinks that the 60 minutes are almost up. A system window offers Ho-young a choice: sculpted muscles or gentle vocals. Without hesitation, he thinks to himself that he'll definitely choose the muscles. A new status window confirms his choice, adding sculpted muscles to his list of talents. Flexing his arm, he feels an immediate surge of strength, thinking it will be helpful for football. As Ho-young shows off his new muscle, his father thanks Coach Kim for helping his son. The coach laughs, explaining that he's just exercising since he has no schedule these days. The coach reflects on the special time he spent with Ho-young, admitting he likes kids. Ho-young gives a subtle, satisfied smirk, knowing his plan worked perfectly. Back at home, Ho-young looks up from a book filled with soccer plays. Suddenly, his father grabs him with a look of pure joy. His father celebrates wildly, lifting him up and hugging him as he shouts, "Congratulations!" Beaming, his father declares how incredibly proud he is of his son. Ho-young eagerly asks if the call was from MBS, confirming he was selected for Shoot Dory. His face lights up with an ecstatic, wide-mouthed smile. He leaps into the air, fists pumped in victory as he shouts, "Let's go!" His father excitedly calls his wife over, announcing that Ho-young was selected for the show. The family celebrates together. As his father reveals, they'll even get paid appearance fees. As his parents dream of fan clubs and ad deals, Ho-young quietly reminds himself he's a football player. He smiles, touched by his parents' overwhelming excitement for his future. With a determined look, he clenches his fist, ready for the path ahead. While his parents dance in the background, Ho-young diligently packs his sports bag. He carefully places his soccer ball inside, his focus entirely on the game. Holding the ball, his expression is serious, signaling his dedication. Wah! The scene flashes to a massive stadium, filled with a roaring crowd. Ho-young, looking slightly older in a uniform, charges down a field with the ball. He imagines himself playing in the world's most famous stadiums, from Wembley to the Bernabeu. A determined smile spreads across his sweaty face as he looks toward his goal. Leaving home, he tells his father he's off to play, thinking skill matters more than the broadcast. He envisions facing off against two of the world's greatest soccer legends. Thump. The ball connects perfectly with his foot. A bright halo forms around the ball as he practices his juggling with renewed focus. An image of a legendary Argentinian player with angel wings appears, symbolizing his high aspirations. He continues his relentless practice, juggling the ball over and over. Sweat pours down his face, but his grin is wide with fierce determination. He strikes a playful, sparkling pose, enjoying his growing skill. His inner voice roars with motivation. Let's go 100 times more. He begins running laps around the training field, pushing his endurance. He pants heavily, his breath visible as he pushes through the exhaustion. Huff. Finally collapsing onto the grass, he proudly thinks that he completed 8 laps. Lying on his back, he smiles at the sky, satisfied with his grueling workout. A narration describes his strict routine, starting with 6 a.m. stretches for flexibility. After school, he would immediately head to the field to practice his football skills. He maintained a disciplined life of healthy eating and regular exercise. A montage shows the endless cycle of eating, training, and stretching that defined his days. The day arrives, and professional cameras are set up to film the show. Ho-young and the other chosen players pose for their official team photo. He stands with his team, a look of nervous anticipation on his face. A coach rallies the team, asking Ho-young if he's ready, to which he enthusiastically replies, "Yes." Gazing at the field ahead, Ho-young thinks to himself that he's been waiting for this moment. Their first match is announced. They're facing the Cha Bum Kun Football Academy, the Goliaths of Korean youth football. A young player calls out to the coach as the team warms up on the field. A man in sunglasses instructs the coach to crush the opposing team without mercy to make them feel defeated. He explains that a devastating loss will create a heartbreaking, sympathetic story for the viewers at home. A montage shows the joyful kids and their anxious parents, a combination designed to create viewer empathy. What? The producer declares that the resulting story will be simply heartwarming. Watching the defeated children, he thinks that if one specific kid can succeed, it will be the perfect ending. His focus is on Ho-young, who looks on with a slightly nervous expression. A flashback shows a younger Ho-young's powerful shot knocking back an adult. The memory continues, showing the two of them happily practicing together. A woman observes that no matter how talented Ho-young is, he's still facing the elite FC Cha Bum-kun team. A staff member confirms they're ready, and the producer, PD Choi, gives the signal to begin. The rival teams line up and shake hands, the tension clear between Ho-young and his red-haired opponent. In the broadcast booth, commentators Kim Byung-jin and Choi Sung-dan introduce the match as a clash of the titans. The commentator explains that the newly formed FC Shoot-dori is facing the highly skilled FC Cha-bum. His co-commentator happily agrees, acknowledging it will be a very tough match. They conclude that even in defeat, the team can learn a lot from true football masters. As the referee tosses the coin, the team captain shouts, "Let's go!" The excited and cheerful FC Shoot-dori team runs onto the field. The crowd cheers for the adorable players, holding up a supportive banner. A graphic pits FC Cha-bum against FC Shoot-dori, highlighting the intense rivalry. As the match begins, Ho-young's eyes glow with fierce determination. Whoosh! Ho-young kicks off with an immediate, powerful shot toward the goal. His red-haired rival watches in shock as the ball blazes past him. The ball soars across the entire length of the field, catching the opposing team by surprise. The goalkeeper is stunned, unable to react as the ball flies into the net. The crowd gasps, shouting in disbelief that a shot was made from midfield. After his incredible goal, Ho-young jogs on with a calm, confident smile. The producer and his assistant are left utterly speechless by the unexpected turn of events. Tap. Ho-young calmly jogs toward the cameras, ready for his moment. The other players look on, wondering where he is going. Tap. He confidently approaches the camera line with a knowing smile. Realizing the potential for a great shot, the producer yells at his crew to focus. His cleat digs into the turf as he leaps into the air. He twists his body mid-air in a dramatic, celebratory jump. Landing perfectly, he spreads his arms and shouts a triumphant "Siu." The ball rests in the net, confirming the spectacular opening goal. Wah! The crowd erupts in a massive cheer for FC Shoot-dori. He strikes the iconic victory pose once more, basking in the moment. The commentators are beside themselves with excitement, shouting that the play was amazing. The opposing goalie is in absolute shock, thinking he's never seen such a shot, and questioning if Ho-young is really just 10 years old. The rival team's coach stands frozen with his arms crossed, completely speechless. Ho-young jogs back to his position, a satisfied smile on his face. A narrator's voice declares that the child possesses incredible natural talent. He prepares to strike the ball once again with focused intensity. The rival coach reflects that such skill cannot be taught through effort alone. That kid was simply born for football. As Ho-young runs, the narrator predicts he is destined to reach extraordinary heights. Wham! A powerful kick sends the ball smashing into the back of the net. However, the narration reveals it was player Hwang Ki-dong who scored, making it the third goal for FC Cha-bum. The commentators are amazed, noting that after giving up the first goal, FC Cha-bum instantly recovered and has now scored their 11th goal. One commentator somberly remarks that if FC Shoot-dori can manage even one victory this month, it should be considered a success. Exhausted, Ho-young fans his jersey to cool down after the game. He pants heavily, sweat dripping down his tired face. A teammate joyfully recounts a great shot, exclaiming that football is fun. Another boy cries after getting hit in the face, comforted by a teammate. Ho-young thinks that while his team's performance is disappointing, he already expected it. He kneels on the grass, pausing to retie his cleat. Realizing the limits of facing 6 opponents alone, he pulls his laces tight. FC Cha-bum's goalie sends the ball flying with a powerful goal kick. An opposing player sprints to intercept the incoming ball. Ho-young moves in swiftly, challenging the opponent for the ball. The opposing team swarms him, executing a concentrated marking strategy. In a flashback, the rival coach instructs his team to focus on marking number 7. The coach resolves to use a primitive, overpowering strategy regardless of Ho-young's talent. Ho-young's eyes widen as he senses the immense pressure from all sides. He explodes past his markers, breaking through their defensive formation. The rival coach and his players watch in complete shock. A commentator shouts in disbelief, saying it's like the ball is glued to his foot. An opponent watches helplessly as Ho-young appears to phase past the defense. Leaving the last defender in his dust, Ho-young winds up for a kick. The ball smashes into the back of the net for a goal. He prepares for another iconic goal celebration. Leaping into the air, Ho-young shouts a triumphant Su. The commentators note that, while quiet in training, he's a player who shines in real matches. A lone crane stands majestically among a flock of ordinary chickens. A narrator explains that the prodigy's 10-year-old body holds a 24-year-old's mind. Beep, the final scoreboard shows FC Chabum winning 11-7. Ho-young lies on the field, utterly spent but smiling amidst celebrating teammates. Sprawled on the grass, he thinks to himself that he has no regrets. A reporter announces that despite FC Chabum's victory, there's no doubt about today's MVP. He and a cameraman approach Ho-young, who looks up in confusion. The reporter points down at the surprise boy, selecting him for an interview. A microphone is held out to a sweaty but smiling Ho-young. After the interview, he spots his mother waiting for him by a park bench. He runs into his mother's arms for a hug as she praises his performance. His mother asks what he wants for dinner, planning to cook his favorite meal. Looking up at her, Ho-young breaks into a wide, joyful grin. As they talk, the coach from the rival team approaches them. The coach gives them a slight, impressed smile. Ho-young glances back at the coach with a suspicious look. The coach introduces himself as Sang-woon from Chabum-kun's football academy. Ho-young's mother recognizes the famous coach from television. Sang-woon praises Ho-young's impressive skills, saying he still has goosebumps. While laughing heartily, he thanks Ho-young for putting on such an enjoyable game. Ho-young politely thanks him, but prepares to ask a pointed question. He asks directly why Sang-woon is calling himself my teacher. Caught off guard, Sang-woon decides it's best to be straightforward. He puts a hand to his chest, sincerely offering to teach Ho-young. His mother gasps, her eyes wide with shock at the unexpected offer. While grateful, she questions if her son truly possesses that level of talent. Sang-woon explains that part of his job is identifying kids with the potential to become professional athletes. Ho-young and his mother stare in surprise. Coach Sang-woon thinks that while it may not be morally right, his desire to nurture Ho-young's talent is overwhelming. The coach asks which football academy Ho-young is currently attending. His mother clarifies that Ho-young has never been to a football academy. When asked who taught him, she explains he only played with his dad and has no formal training. The coach is absolutely stunned by the revelation. He sits back, processing the shocking news with a dazed expression. Composing himself, Sang-woon asks if they have any thoughts about raising Ho-young to become a professional player. His mother's first concern is practical, as she immediately asks about the academy's fee. The coach assures them Ho-young would likely go straight to the elite S class, though the fee depends on the entrance test. A graphic shows the formidable players of the prestigious S-class team. The academy is so popular that joining a class requires getting on a waiting list of over 100 people. He lays out the steep monthly fee of 900,000 won for 3 weekly sessions. His mother thinks that despite the high cost, it would be the best option for his training. She worries that his current appearance fee won't be enough to cover the academy's expenses. The weight of the financial burden shows on her and Ho-young's faces. Ho-young breaks the tension with a sudden, bright smile. He confidently tells the coach not to worry about money and that he'll pay him back later. Ho-young boldly promises to become a famous soccer player and repay the coach 100-fold, asking if that's okay. While his mother is flustered by his forwardness, the coach is impressed, saying that kind of bold attitude is necessary for football. Sang-woon smiles, remarking that Ho-young is a truly dutiful son. Ho-young beams with a heartfelt, "Thank you." The coach extends his hand, offering a deal. They shake on it, with Ho-young eagerly accepting the offer. Sang-woon then tells Ho-young's mother about the academy's special talent system. He explains it's a scholarship program designed for exceptionally gifted kids, like Ho-young. He adds that a spot just opened up, and he will personally recommend Ho-young to the director. His mother is overjoyed, but the coach says there is even more good news. He promises the academy will spare no expense to support Ho-young's growth, including opportunities to study abroad and connect with pro teams. He tells an excited Ho-young that he'll get to play with other talented kids, and the boy shouts in agreement. Sang-woon invites them for an entrance test the next day, and Ho-young's mother readily accepts. Ho-young smirks, thinking that everything has gone exactly according to his plan. As they part ways, Ho-young gives a deep bow, shouting, "Coach, I will do my best." He looks up with a confident and satisfied expression. Walking with his mother, he thinks that the famous academy must have some talented kids, even if they aren't as good as him. A blue window identifies a red-haired boy, Kim Ki-hoon, as a football prodigy C, adding that talents lower than his own cannot be copied. The system message reiterates that he cannot copy talents that are a lower grade than his own. A red-haired boy smirks as Ho-young recalls another impressive player named Yoon Jung-ho, known as Little Park Ju-hyung. He remembers that Coach Sang-woon possesses a talent for identifying skilled players, but notes that it's not a talent he needs. As he and his mother walk on, he hopes to find someone with an exceptional talent at the academy. Later, Ho-young's father is in utter shock, exclaiming, "You met Lee Sang-woon?" He flops back dramatically, lamenting that he should have taken the day off from work. He recovers quickly, beaming with pride for his son. To celebrate, his father calls to order a large pizza, proudly announcing that his son joined the Cha-bum-kun Football Academy. A mouth-watering pizza appears as the narration notes that they rarely ate out back then. The family gathers around the pizza, with his father encouraging him to eat a lot. In a flashback, a young Ho-young looks longingly at a pizza shop, knowing his family couldn't afford it. Back in the present, he puts his hands together gratefully, saying, "Thank you for the food." He takes a bite, wondering if his taste buds have gotten younger or if he's just enjoying the nostalgia. His parents watch lovingly as he devours the pizza, unable to stop himself. The blue-haired boy, Ho-young, beams with pure happiness. He watches himself on TV, where the show Shoot Dory is being aired on MBS. His father grabs him, excitedly announcing that the academy wants to admit him as a special student. Ho-young looks up, a gentle touch smile on his face. His mother bursts into the room, excitedly asking her husband what they should do about the amazing news. With a look of shock, she reveals their son, Ho-young, is now famous. His father and Ho-young are stunned as she exclaims that he has a fan cafe. His father stares at the computer screen, which displays the Woo Ho-young Fan Cafe, marveling that it was created just one day after the show aired. Ho-young is surprised to see it already has 200 members, while his father excitedly points out an article calling him the next big star. A list of online comments shows viewers praising the 10-year-old prodigy's impressive performance. The narration explains that nationalistic fervor and high expectations for football are at their peak, showing a team celebrating. The memory of the celebration darkens and fades away. Ho-young closes his eyes, thinking that being in the spotlight feels good, even with some criticism. His father stares at the screen with a worried and slightly angry expression. He grits his teeth in anger, shouting about what he sees as his son looks on in surprise. His wife places a comforting hand on his shoulder, calming him down. The father turns to Ho-young, who explains that he actually likes the attention, which surprises his parents. Ho-young grins with genuine excitement. The whole family bursts into laughter, with his father proudly agreeing that his son is right. Ho-young calmly reflects that it's natural for celebrities, and especially sports players, to face online hate. With a determined look, he vows that someday he will definitely shut his critics up. During a tryout, system windows highlight the talents of other young players, such as football prodigy C and strong shots over passes. More talents are revealed, including outsiders flank penetration C and stylish curled free kick C-. Ho-young glances around the field, thinking to himself that there are quite a few talented kids here. A massive demonic figure looms behind a smirking Ho-young as he thinks, finally. Now on the field in a red number 7 bib, Ho-young looks focused during the game. He expertly chests the ball down, while Coach Sang-woon and his mother watch from the sidelines. His mother, holding his baby brother Ho-il, cheers that he's doing so well. "Waha!" the baby cries out. A woman with purple hair approaches, commenting on how cute the baby is. The purple-haired woman smiles elegantly, purse in hand. The woman introduces herself, recognizing Ho-young's mother, and saying everyone has been talking about her son. She compliments Ho-young's mother on being so young and pretty, then asks if she can speak casually, which his mother happily agrees to. The woman remarks that Ho Young looks much better in person and asks if he's had any formal training. His mother explains that he's been playing with a ball ever since he was a little baby. The purple-haired woman laughs, encouraging them to get to know each other. She then asks about her husband's profession, and Ho Young's mother says he works at a semiconductor company. The purple-haired woman gives a sly, knowing look as she says, "Oh." She laughs as she asks if he is the owner of the company. Sitting on a bench, Ho Young's mother clarifies he's a manager, which the other woman finds interesting. The woman leans in with a smug expression, asking if they can afford the tuition. Ho Young's mother proudly states that her child is a specialist. Confused, the woman asks what a specialist is, and Ho Young's mother explains it's like a scholarship, so he doesn't have to pay. The purple-haired woman becomes flustered, demanding to know why only her son is a scholarship student. Ho Young's mother simply laughs, hugging her baby happily. Holding her baby, she thinks to herself that a rich husband is something to be proud of. On the field, Ho Young slides aggressively to intercept the ball. Coach Sang-woon watches the players, thinking that quick growth isn't always a good thing. A celebratory player stands over a dejected one, illustrating a point. The coach continues his thought, believing that unbalanced growth can become poison and a waste of talent. He recalls coaching a young Ho Young on dribbling techniques during a training session. Coach Sang-woon uses a small diagram on the grass to explain field positions and tactics to the young players. On the field, Ho Young, in a red number 7 bib, fiercely battles an opponent for the ball. Coach Sang-woon shouts at Ho Young, instructing him to run immediately after making a pass. As the boys catch their breath, the coach explains that it's important to get into the habit of moving, even without knowing where to go. He emphatically concludes that this is how they will develop great off-the-ball movement. The coach addresses Ho Young directly, noting that he listed striker as his desired position on the application form. Coach Sang-woon advises that as a striker, he must be mindful of his movements and use them with clear purpose to his advantage. A sweaty and attentive Ho Young looks up at his coach and agrees. He smiles, thinking to himself that he was curious about his positioning and is glad to have discussed it. Ho Young reflects that when he was young, he naively thought only dribbling and shooting well mattered in football. Back on the field, he believes this class will be invaluable, not just for the top-notch instruction. A confident smile spreads across his face as he looks on. He thinks to himself that he can also copy the talents of all the other gifted kids here. With his eyes glowing a vibrant blue, he focuses his ability, thinking, here we go. A system window identifies a boy named Yeom Baemun and his formidable free kick C- talent, which can be explored by winning 3 out of 5 free kick matches. Swish's soccer ball smashes into the back of the net. Ho Young celebrates, having won the free kick shootout, while the other player kneels on the ground in defeat. A system window prompts Ho Young to choose the new talent he wants to pursue, formidable free kick C-. Looking at his list of talents, Ho Young considers the intriguing idea of leveling up his form-good curved free kick to a no-spin kick through practice. Ho Young says thanks for the game, while the boy in the number 5 bib points at him, vowing to win next time. As he walks off, Ho Young reflects that the class wasn't as good as he'd hoped and is now dying to see the U13 team at the youth tournament. He feels the coach's talents aren't worth the restrictive conditions and laments that finding a talented active player is like catching lightning in a bottle. Spotting 2 men by the fence, he wonders if Coach Cha is home in Suwon. He watches Coach Sang-woon chatting with another man wearing a gray baseball cap. Ho Young's mouth falls open in utter shock as he recognizes the man. Coach Sang-woon smiles while talking with the man in the cap. The narration lists the many powerful nicknames of a famous football player, including Human Weapon and Chanator. The man in the cap is revealed to be Cha Do-rim, the eldest son of Asia's all-time greatest striker Cha Bum-kun. Ho Young is stunned, wondering why a player with an outstanding performance in the recent Korea-Japan World Cup is here. Admitting Cha Do-rim is more handsome in person, he feels a pang of guilt for teasing him as a tighthead when he didn't know anything. Ho Young peeks from behind the fence, observing the 2 men. Cha Do-rim smiles and agrees with something Coach Sang-woon said. Cha Do-rim mentions that he received a lot of offers, or love calls, during the winter transfer window. Ho Young realizes he can't afford to miss this opportunity and resolves to take the chance. His eyes flare with a golden light as he activates his talent scouting ability. A system window reveals Cha Do-rim's exceptional talents: Chanator's fast sprinting U, legs faster than passing A-, and strong physique B, along with the difficult conditions required to explore them. The system window detailing Cha Do-rim's powerful skills and demanding requirements is shown again for emphasis. Ho-young focuses on the U ranking next to the sprinting talent, wondering if it stands for unique. He reasons that since the talent is prefixed with Chanator, it must indeed be Cha Do-rim's unique skill. With fierce determination, Ho-young clenches his fist, vowing that he must acquire that talent at all costs. Sang-woon asks about documentation for the youth competition, and Cha Do-rim confirms he's handling it as a favor for his father. Sang-woon suggests Do-rim get a massage before leaving the country, but Do-rim replies that his chronic fatigue has his head feeling stuffy. Both men turn in surprise as Ho-young approaches them, and Sang-woon asks what he's doing here. Ho-young beams excitedly, announcing that he has something to give to Do-rim. Cha Do-rim is taken aback, impressed that the boy recognized him even though he was wearing a deep cap. Ho-young politely offers a small bottle to Do-rim, who accepts with a thank you. Do-rim looks at the gift in his hand, recognizing it as a Bacchus energy drink. Ho-young explains that he didn't have enough money for Eurosa, but insists that Bacchus is great for fatigue relief. The thoughtful gesture makes Cha Do-rim burst into genuine, hearty laughter. As Sang-woon laughs and praises his cleverness, Ho-young smirks, thinking to himself that he's made a strong impression. A man in a green jacket tells a blue-haired boy, Do-ri, to remember a promising next-generation player for Korea's future. A man in a cap joins them, questioning the player's skill, while the man in the green jacket insists he's surprisingly good. The man in the cap muses that if the coach is praising the player, he must be extraordinary. He turns to the shocked, blue-haired boy and invites him to play football. The boy eagerly agrees, thrilled by the unexpected chance. As they play, the narration comments on the impressive effect of a Bacchus energy drink. The man compliments the boy's kicking ability, comparing him to someone named Yang, which confuses the boy. Wow. The boy looks on in amazement. The boy recalls reading about Ki Sung-young in Cha Bum-kun's autobiography and how he was cared for until he left for Australia. He realizes the man before him must have learned football from Cha Do-rim. Awestruck, the blue-haired boy understands he is in the presence of a legendary football player. After their game, the man in the green jacket praises the boy's performance and asks how he's feeling. While the boy rests, the man in the green jacket reminds his companion about an errand for Director Cha, stating football players solve problems through football. The man in the tracksuit jokes that Director Cha might just take the talented boy home and raise him too. Sitting beside him, the man asks the boy Ho-young if he plans on becoming a football player. Ho-young's eyes sparkle with resolve as he confidently declares that he will. Pat, pat. The man in the green jacket pats Ho-young's head, laughing as he recounts how his father brought home and raised Wang. Inspired, Ho-young passionately asks them to take him with them and raise him. He earnestly explains that he wants to learn football from his new idol, just like Ki Sung-young did. With a bright smile, Ho-young declares his ambition to become a great player and his desire to practice with him. He bows his head low, begging for the chance. The man gently pats Ho-young's bowed head with a kind smile. He gently declines, explaining he's too busy and that Ho-young's parents would worry. When he asks where Ho-young lives, the boy eagerly replies that he's from Anyang in Gyeonggi province. The man proposes a plan to Ho-young. A worried woman holding a baby, presumably Ho-young's mother, arrives. The man reassures Ho-young's mother, explaining that he likes kids who are good at football and that his father used to do the same. He suggests a convenient arrangement, offering to train Ho-young for an hour a day since he jogs nearby in the evenings. When asked, he reveals that, while he's from Jongno, he currently lives nearby in Anyang with a close friend. Ho-young is delighted to hear they live so close, seeing it as a perfect chance to exercise together. Ho-young runs up to his mentor, who is stretching before their jog. The two begin their run down a narrow alleyway. His mentor easily steals the ball, acknowledging that, while this is a nuisance, he owes the kid. During training, Ho-young is thrilled to see a system window confirming he has met the conditions to copy a talent from Cha Do-rim within a week. He reviews the talent options and decides that Chainator's fast sprinting is the clear choice. The narration explains that the player's legs are rumored to be faster than the ball, which sometimes affects his balance. The notification states that acquiring the new talent will take 30 days, during which no other talents can be copied. Ho-young sighs, accepting that a high-level talent requires time to acquire, much like digesting food. He decides the wait doesn't matter, as he has no major competitions and has made a priceless connection. With a confident smile, he reaffirms that this is the path of a true football player. Ascending a glowing staircase, Ho-young feels he is getting closer to achieving his dream. A montage depicts Ho-young training and playing football in various situations, showcasing his growth. Two people watch television as the narration explains that Ho-young's show, FC Shoot Dory, dominated the weekly ratings. Wow. While watching TV, Ho-young learns that a 16-year-old Korean prodigy made a sensational debut in the EPL. The blonde-haired prodigy is shown, making a confident gesture. Ho-young smiles, reflecting on how he grew up dreaming of his own future while watching Wayne's debut. Arriving at a new match, Ho-young feels a surge of nervousness as he sees broadcasting officials, association members, and journalists in attendance. Pat, his father, gives him a supportive clap on the back. Ho-young's father holds his hands, reassuring him that despite the other player's height, Ho-young's soccer skills will prevail. Breathing a cloud of condensation into the cold air, Ho-young confidently promises that he will win. Ho-young's father proudly ruffles his son's hair, telling him he's amazing and wishing him good luck. On the field, Ho-young runs with intense focus as a commentator's voice asks about Kim Byung-jin. At the broadcast desk, commentator Kim Byung-jin acknowledges concerns that it's just luck but confidently refutes it, stating he and the player are close friends. The other commentator, caster Choi Seong-din, jokes about him networking with a future star and mentions that Choi gives out pocket money. Kim Byung-jin laughs off the joke and turns his attention to the match, questioning if FC Shoot Dory can finally secure a win. Ho-young and his teammates face their biggest challenge yet, an upcoming match against a legendary Brazilian football club. The opposing team, in yellow and green uniforms, is introduced as Sao Paulo FC. It's explained that Sao Paulo FC came to Korea in 2002 to participate in the FIFA World Youth Championship. Two Sao Paulo players effortlessly pass the ball between each other during a warm-up. A man with long brown hair and sunglasses gives a thumbs up, offering encouragement and saying he's counting on his player. Ho-young stands confidently on the field, ready for the game to start. The Sao Paulo players, including numbers 6 and 4, walk onto the pitch. A Sao Paulo player expertly controls the ball with his knee. The blue-haired player looks over his shoulder with a confident smirk. The blue-haired player tells his teammate their coach promised them a trip to a Korean amusement park if they score 10 goals today, much to his friend's delight. The narration describes the blue-haired player as a remarkably fast talent who recently scored 5 goals in just 15 minutes. A glowing system window identifies the player as Douglas Costa and lists his impressive talents, including sports car-like legs A, which can be acquired by winning in a speed contest against him. The detailed system window for Douglas Costa is shown again, highlighting his skills and the conditions to copy them. Ho-young looks up at the sky, thinking that this is a very tempting opportunity. From the sidelines, a coach thinks that with the U13 ace Costa on the field, he'll easily score 10 goals, noting that only Woo Ho-young from the opposing team seems to know how to play. The Sao Paulo FC coach, Carlo, watches the field with a contemplative expression. A player nervously taps his blue cleats on the grass. The two star Sao Paulo players, one with blonde hair and one with blue hair, stand side by side on the field. Coach Carlo instructs a player named Degi to relax, since the important game is next week, but still orders him to score 10 goals to show off his top prospect status. The player, Degi, closes his eyes with a smug smile, thinking it will be a piece of cake. Coach Carlo turns his attention to the blonde player, Casemiro, who attentively responds. A coach from Ho-young's team instructs him to be Casemiro's man-to-man defender for the day. Coach Carlo tells Casemiro that this match is a good chance for him to learn something. Casemiro scoffs, incredulously asking his coach if he really thinks he's going to lose to that kid. The coach raises the stakes, promising an immediate trip to the amusement park if he prevents even a single goal, motivating his players to cheer wildly. The FC Shoot Dory coach rallies his team, explaining their strategy is to use Wenger ball to create opportunities. He also gives a specific warning to the goalkeeper about long-distance shots from the half line. While his teammates laugh and chat, Ho-young quietly focuses on tying his shoes. Casemiro sizes up Ho-young, noting his different aura and that he's significantly shorter. Casemiro strategizes that he can either stop Ho-young or just let Douglas score 10 goals to win their amusement park trip, thinking it's an easy task. Casemiro throws a confident arm around his teammate Douglas. The two teams stare each other down as the narration announces the match is about to begin. The historic match between Sao Paulo FC and FC Shootdori kicks off. A Sao Paulo player makes the first move, demonstrating their impressive skill from the start. The commentary praises Sao Paulo's organized passing as the hallmark of a world-class club. The Brazilian team executes a passing play, controlling the ball and moving it toward the center. The commentators agree that this will be a difficult but valuable learning experience for FC Shootdori. A Brazilian player, glowing with a blue aura, is described as agile and athletic, embodying the Samba football style. A much smaller Shootdori player looks up in shock at his imposing opponent, as a commentator questions the implications of the size difference. The commentators laugh, noting that Shootdori's team is thin on talent besides Ho-young, and joke about a possible home advantage. The announcer calls out as number 9, Douglas Costa, begins to dribble the ball and break through the line. With a long first touch, Costa uses his incredible speed to shatter the defensive formation. He instantly blows past the defenders in a blur of motion. Costa grins condescendingly, thinking to himself that his opponents are terrible. He winds up for a powerful shot, ready to score the first goal of the match. Thwump! A powerful shot is suddenly blocked. The Sao Paulo player is stunned, wondering who blocked his shot. He stares in disbelief at the taller, blue-haired opponent who stopped him. Ho-young smirks confidently at his rival. The two young prodigies face off on the field. Ho-young executes a perfect slide tackle, intercepting the ball once again. The crowd roars as a spectator points out that number 7 is preventing Douglas Costa from scoring. Frustrated, Costa thinks he should have 2 goals by now. The narration explains Costa had multiple chances, but was consistently blocked by Ho-young. The narrative muses that Ho-young truly understands the game. Costa furiously chases after Ho-young. Costa confronts Ho-young, demanding to know why he's here, but Ho-young just seems confused. Costa angrily asks why an attacker is playing defense, while Ho-young realizes he can't understand him. Grinning, Ho-young announces his plan for the day, goal. Costa looks on, completely aghast. As Ho-young scoffs, Costa erupts in a furious aura, shouting in disbelief. Costa feels humiliated for the first time, enraged that a mere attacker is shutting him down. Clenching his fist, he resolves to ignore his coach and show his true power. Steam rising from his mouth, he vows to score no matter what. The narration questions how the opposing team will break through Sao Paulo's tough defense. A Shootdori player attempts a tackle, but the blonde Sao Paulo player easily dodges. Costa receives a long pass and races down the field. Believing he is broken through, Costa sees an open shot at the goal. With a perfect, unmarked chance, he knows he can score if he gets the ball. Suddenly, a black cleat slides in to intercept. Ho-young expertly kicks the ball away from Costa at the last second. Costa is shocked, wondering how Ho-young appeared out of nowhere. Ho-young takes the ball and sprints away, leaving Costa behind. Costa's eyes glow red as he confidently activates his super speed to catch up. He launches himself forward in a powerful burst of speed. But he can only watch in disbelief, sweating profusely. Ho-young pulls ahead, leaving a trail of wind in his wake. Ho-young charges forward with fierce determination. Gasping for air, Costa realizes Ho-young is actually getting further away. With glowing blue eyes, Ho-young accelerates in a blur of motion. Costa stands defeated on the field, letting out a sigh of resignation. Enraged by his failure, he kicks the ground in frustration. The commentators note that Douglas seems angry, while H-young is showing a new side of his abilities. They marvel that Ho-young, known for long-range shots, is now focusing on dribbling as he breaks through the defense. With glowing eyes, Ho-young masterfully dribbles past his opponent. The narration compares his incredible dribbling skill to Che-do Rim's, calling it completely unfair. Ho-young pants as he pushes himself to his limit. A massive cleat suddenly plants in front of him, blocking his path. Ho-young's eyes flare with golden light as he activates his talent scouting ability. He faces off against the blonde player Casemiro, who is radiating a powerful aura. A system window reveals Casemiro's talents, including soccer prodigy and intercepting the ball in one go, and lists the conditions to acquire them. The narration introduces Casemiro, a future Real Madrid defensive midfielder and leader of the Brazilian national team. Realizing the opportunity, Ho-young smiles, thinking this is a win-win situation. The conditions to acquire a talent are clear. Succeed in a solo breakthrough and score. Facing his new opponent, Ho Young declares that he will fulfill both conditions right here. The blonde player Casemiro gets into a low defensive stance. Watching Ho Young charge downfield, Casemiro thinks that his opponent is fast, but nothing more. Casemiro's confidence vanishes as he stares in wide-eyed shock, sweating. Ho Young, radiating focus, prepares to meet the ball. Thump. His foot connects solidly with the soccer ball. Casemiro lunges in a desperate attempt to intercept, but Ho Young's feint leaves him completely behind. In a blur of motion, Ho Young surges past his stunned opponent. Looking over his shoulder, a shocked Casemiro wonders how he was breached. Ho Young sprints away, leaving Casemiro in the dust. Casemiro is baffled by Ho Young's speed, realizing he just kicked the ball far and outran him. Ho Young continues his determined dash toward the goal. Panting, the Sao Paulo goalkeeper steels himself, vowing to block the shot. But the ball blasts past him and into the net for a goal. Ho Young exhales, coolly remarking that his opponent was too slow. The crowd erupts, cheering for Woo Ho Young's incredible play. The spectators are in disbelief as they celebrate the impossible, an opening goal against Sao Paulo FC. In the commentary booth, the announcers ecstatically declare that the future of South Korean soccer is bright. The man with the red scarf and sunglasses watches with a pleased smirk. The narrator explains that Ho Young overtook Sao Paulo's ace, Douglas Costa, and that he even flawlessly broke through the defense of their core player Casemiro. The man with the scarf gestures theatrically, thinking it would be perfect to add dramatic subtitles to the broadcast. Other spectators marvel at Ho Young's skill, predicting high viewership and commenting on the nationwide football craze. With cameras trained on him, Ho Young prepares for his next move, YAA. He lets out a triumphant roar, celebrating his success. He marvels at Chadurim's talent, feeling like he's using a cheat item. His leg trembles slightly as he notes that his knee feels a bit sore. Facing the roaring crowd, Ho Young declares victory for Korea. He takes a breath, wondering if he should feel this happy playing in a stadium below his level. Ho Young continues running, full of energy. A golden system window appears, offering to copy a talent, and he recognizes the opportunity. The system cursor selects the football prodigy B talent. His status window updates, showing his new, higher-ranked talent as he wonders what the next condition will be. Beside a dejected Casemiro, a system window outlines the new conditions to copy his talents: 5 successful solo breakthroughs or a hat trick. Coach Carlo watches his exhausted players on the bench, thinking he can't risk Costa's condition before the tournament. Coach Carlo tells a surprised Dougie he's being substituted. Dougie argues, insisting his condition was fine and that he can play better. The coach remains firm as Dougie continues to plead his case. Coach Carlo orders him back to the bench to think about what he's learned. Dougie defiantly proclaims he's a future star for Brazil's national team. The coach erupts in a demonic fury at the boy's arrogance. Calming down, Coach Carlo coldly informs Dougie that his racist remarks would have earned him a red card. Dougie looks away, chastened by the coach's words. From the bench, he watches the game unfold on the field. He sits quietly, hands on his knees, reflecting on his coach's lecture. The narration announces Ho Young is still dominating in the second half, with Sao Paulo struggling to keep up. Hike! 2 Sao Paulo defenders recoil in fear as Ho Young charges toward them. On the bench, Dougie wonders aloud how someone so young can be so good. The coach asks Dougie to confirm he just turned 12, which he does. Pointing to the ongoing match, the coach reminds him he's not a kid anymore, citing that Ronaldo debuted at 14. A coach in a long blue coat tells his players he knows what they're thinking. He adds that what they're attempting requires skill. A player in a green and yellow jersey apologizes with a dejected look. The coach focuses on a particular kid, praising his stamina, muscles, and incredible on-the-ball speed. He reflects that while he's coached many players, this blue-haired boy is on another level. In a metaphorical scene, the boy runs as a monstrous, bird-like figure looms over him, representing his monstrous talent. A goalie doubles over in pain after a powerful shot. So Paulo players celebrate their goal. Commentators note the team needed time to adjust, but encourage them to catch up. Determined, he thinks about how big of a deal it would be to defeat the Brazilian powerhouse, Sao Paulo. Clenching his teeth, he steels his resolve. The blue-haired boy advances the ball against 2 opposing players. He stands confidently before the exhausted opposing team. The coach exhales, relieved that he was able to keep his pride. The Sao Paulo players looked dismayed, wondering how a morale-boosting match turned out like this. A dejected Sao Paulo player sits on the bench. The blue-haired boys team watches on, with the narration noting a surprise gain from the match. The coach points out the boys' potential to his assistant, who agrees he's reminiscent of Ricardo's early play. The coach analyzes the boy's explosive on-the-ball speed, curious to see how he develops physically. The assistant suggests he'll be a star with technique, but the coach notes his poor fundamentals are balanced by his speed and intelligence. Overjoyed, the blue-haired boy flashes a huge, bright smile. The coach smiles, saying the boy's pure enjoyment of football is what truly matters. A hand reaches out as someone remarks that they will just have to wait and see. In the stands, a man tells a woman it was a good game despite the loss, and she agrees. The woman greets someone in Portuguese, surprising her companion. They look up in shock to see the coach, Carlos, and his assistant standing before them. The woman switches to Spanish, greeting him again as her companion reacts with a start. Carlos confirms she speaks Spanish and notes the coincidence means they won't need an interpreter. He kindly asks if they can speak for a moment in Spanish. The woman nervously agrees, asking what she can do for the coach. Carlos sits beside her and asks if her son is part of a youth club. As the parents listen, the narration praises their son as a raw diamond waiting to be polished. The blue-haired boy faces two glowing windows, offering him a choice of new talents. He considers Casemiro's defensive talents, instant ball interception, and decent ball blocking. He then reviews Douglas Costa's talents, facing a dilemma between football prodigy, sports car-like legs, and another fluctuating genius ability. He thoughtfully considers choosing the sports car-like legs talent. He reflects on his own charge and run skill, which grants explosive speed while he has the ball. However, he acknowledges its drawbacks, slowness on a through pass and strain on his knees. He concludes that exceptional speed is rarer than prodigy status and decides to supplement his legs. Believing a fast sprint is essential for off-the-ball movement, he makes his choice. Wow! A system window confirms Ho Young's new talents, including sports car-like fast legs. He feels a ridiculous amount of energy coursing through his legs, marveling at the feeling. With a confident smile, he believes he can now become a truly unprecedented player. A glowing blue system window suddenly appears before him. It informs him that it will take 7 days to fully assimilate his new talent. Ho Young smiles, content with the 7-day wait, as it's much shorter than the 30 days his last talent took. A reporter in a blue jacket approaches Ho Young with a microphone. Ho Young smiles at the reporter, admitting he's disappointed about the loss, but that it's okay. The reporter laughs, impressed that Ho Young can still acknowledge his opponent after a loss. In a post-game interview, Ho Young explains he really wanted to score a goal. The reporter asks if there was a special reason he played harder than usual. Ho Young smiles, explaining he was motivated by people who said he couldn't do it. They both laugh, agreeing that even anti-fans are still fans. The reporter enthusiastically signs off from his interview with Woo Ho Young. Elsewhere, a production crew watches the broadcast on a monitor. The man with the blue scarf laughs loudly, remarking that Ho Young is a funny guy. He smirks, certain that the viewership for this episode will be a huge hit. Later at home, Ho Young is stunned by something he hears during dinner. His mother explains that according to FIFA regulations, he is too young to go to an overseas academy. Ho Young correctly deduces the issue is his age, impressing his mother with his smarts. Transfer clause article 19 players must be over 18 for international transfers. His father suggests they could risk disciplinary action or ask the club for help to get around the rule. Ho Young wonders why. So Paulo's coach, Carlo, left without speaking to him first. His father reveals that reporters spoke with him and his mom after the game. He begins to tell Ho Young what they talked about, trailing off with, "Of course." His father's expression suddenly turns to one of shock and anger. What? Ho Young is equally horrified by what his father implies. His father shouts that the reporter's proposal is absolutely not okay. As Ho Young panics, his parents burst into laughter, revealing they were only joking. He explains that since dad couldn't speak Spanish, mom handled the actual negotiations. Curious, Ho Young turns to his mother to ask what she said. She smiles warmly, replying that she agreed as long as her Ho Young is happy. Yay! Overjoyed, Ho Young leaps up from the table in celebration. The narration highlights this as a golden opportunity to acquire the talent of South American players. His mother reminds him he'll need to learn Portuguese, the language of Brazil. Unfazed, Ho-young declares he can start learning today. Determined, he vows to keep trying and wants to leave as soon as possible. A tournament bracket shows various international youth teams, including Sao Paulo FC and 2 Korean teams. That night, the weight of his decision seems to hit Ho-young as he lies in bed. He feels a sharp, electric pain in his knee. Realizing he overdid it during the match, he clutches his throbbing knee. He sits on the floor, massaging his leg to ease the pain. His mother walks in, startled to see him on the floor, and asks if he's hurt. He laughs it off, trying to pass off the pain as a simple growth spurt. She sits down beside him, her expression serious as she inspects his knee. Looking at him with concern, she tells him he can always stop if it's too hard. Ho-young gives her a gentle, reassuring smile. As she tends to his leg, he softly tells his mom to be healthy too. Wait, as he lies in bed, a sudden thought makes him pause. He flashes back to a memory of himself playing soccer with pure joy as a younger child. Meanwhile, 2 men in suits watch footage of the game, discussing the difficulty of Ho-young to the tournament roster so late. The narration introduces one of the men as a legend of Korean football. The legend smiles, remarking that Ho-young reminds him of a young Do-rim. The other man looks confused, asking what he means as the legend points to the screen. He explains that while Ho-young is young, he plays the game with intelligence. The legend considers the logistics, noting that the boy will have his own schedule. Hello. Back in the present, Ho-young and his mom are surprised to meet someone. The Korean football legend from the meeting stands before them, smiling kindly. Ho-young recognizes the man in disbelief, the legendary Cha Bum-kun. Ho-young is utterly starstruck, realizing a football legend is right before him. The legend pats Ho-young's head, smiling as he calls him an interesting fellow. Cha Bum-kun invites Mrs. Woo inside to talk, and she agrees as they follow him. His mother skeptically asks if they'll decide Ho-young's fate based on one simple test. Ho-young enthusiastically shouts his agreement to the terms. His mother tells the legend she agrees to anything that makes her son happy. Determined, Ho-young thinks to himself that all he has to do is pass. Stepping onto the field, Ho-young is awestruck by the sight. He watches the other players, who are identified as the U13 team. Seeing the older students for the first time, he looks on with curiosity. He's immediately struck by the impressive height of one of the players. A system window reveals the player is Seok Hyung-jun, detailing his incredible talents. Realizing the challenge ahead, Ho-young's eyes glow with resolve. The practice match officially begins as the players take their positions. He visualizes the team's 4-4-2 tactic, designed for breakthrough attacks. Gritting his teeth, he pushes himself to keep up with the pace. A player in blue passes the ball upfield as Ho-young moves into position. Seok Hyung-jun easily receives the pass, ignoring Ho-young's position. Ho-young calls out, desperately asking for someone to pass him the ball. He grows frustrated, realizing his teammates are intentionally ignoring him. Dejected, he clenches his teeth in disappointment. On the field, 2 players from opposing sides fight for the ball. One of the players suddenly shouts out in alarm. The player turns around to see Ho-young has suddenly fallen down. Ho-young lets out a furious roar of frustration. The other players stare at him, completely shocked by his outburst. The legend and the other coach laugh from the sidelines, admiring his style. The legend explains that in moments of distrust, a player must prove their own skill. With renewed determination, Ho-young sprints across the field. He chases the ball, but his teammate angrily yells that it's his. Thump! He intercepts the pass intended for his teammate. His teammate yells at him, furious that he intercepted a pass from his own side. Ignoring the complaints, Ho-young dribbles the ball and sprints downfield. His face is a mask of pure determination as he charges forward. He continues his powerful solo drive, focused on the goal. A teammate he left behind watches in disbelief, wondering what he's doing. Surrounded by a powerful aura, he demands they get out of his way, ready to score. The defenders are stunned by his aggressive, unexpected maneuver. He expertly kicks the ball, weaving through the opposition. Seok Hyung-jun can only watch in shock as the ball flies past him. Ho-young's eyes are wide with concentration as he dashes forward. He leaps up, battling Seok Hyung-jun for a powerful header. He connects perfectly, heading the ball straight into the goal. A system notification confirms he's completed one condition for acquiring a new talent. Backed by a demonic aura, Ho-young sets a new goal: to grow to at least 180 centimeters. The narration introduces his rival, Seok Hyung-jun, a highly touted prospect. The narrator explains that Seok Hyung-jun's greatest asset is his towering height. Ho-young smirks, giving a confident thumbs up in acknowledgement. He chips the ball high, sending a perfect pass into the air. The ball sails over the defenders' heads, arcing perfectly towards Seok Hyung-jun. Thump Seok Hyung-jun scores a powerful header, sending the ball past the diving goalie. Seok Hyung-jun and Ho-young happily exchange a thumbs up, celebrating their successful play. In a meeting, Cha-bum-kun asks Ho-young if he prefers assisting, but Ho-young firmly states he prefers scoring. Ho-young internally reveals his answer was a strategic lie to make the team accept him. Cha-bum-kun lets out a hearty laugh, seemingly seeing through the boy's clever tactic. With his eyes glowing, Ho-young eagerly affirms his commitment with a resounding yes. A system window details Cha-bum-kun's legendary talents, which Ho-young can acquire by meeting difficult conditions. The window specifies the conditions: score 30 long-range goals and reach the semifinals in a FIFA-recognized competition. Confused by the legend's stare, Ho-young asks what's wrong, but Cha-bum-kun nervously laughs it off. Covering his mouth in shock, Ho-young thinks to himself that he's never seen such a high-grade talent before. A flashback shows a powerful player in a red jersey, likely Cha-bum-kun in his prime, charging with the ball. Surrounded by a blue aura, Cha-bum-kun watches as Ho-young contemplates the nearly impossible conditions for the legend's skill. Cha-bum-kun probes further, asking if Sao Paulo offered to take him to Brazil, noting that another club recently scouted one of their players. Without hesitation, Ho-young's face lights up as he declares that he wants to go. The legend smiles, calling it a good decision and advising him that persevering through challenges abroad is key to greatness. Ho-young bows deeply, thanking him for the advice as Cha-bum-kun gives him an encouraging thumbs up. He looks up with a brilliant, joyful smile, filled with new resolve. On the field, he focuses on blending in with the team during practice. He leaps into the air, perfectly executing a powerful header. Identified as the second striker, Ho-young lands confidently, charged with electric energy. A coach explains the complex role of a second striker, requiring a blend of attacker and midfielder skills. Admitting he might be contradicting himself, the coach asks Ho-young if he understands the position's demands. Ho-young's face brightens with an enthusiastic, knowing smile. The day before the competition, Ho-young practices, kicking the ball with intense focus. His high pass sails through the air as his teammates run into position below. Wham! Seok Hyung-jun connects with a pass, rocketing a header towards the goal. The ball slams into the back of the net with incredible force. Seok Hyung-jun excitedly praises Ho-young for the nice header as they celebrate the play. The coach observes from the sideline, thinking that their two-top tactic is nearly perfect and could take them to the quarterfinals. A whistle blows as the coach calls an end to practice, telling everyone good job and to go rest. As the players head off the field, Seok Hyung glances over at a tired Ho-young. A system window flashes, clear, indicating one of the conditions for acquiring a new talent has been fulfilled. Ho-young notes he's completed the first condition and now just needs to meet the second one. He looks on with a calm, satisfied smile, one step closer to his goal. The scene shifts to a broadcast booth where two commentators introduce themselves for the start of the World Youth Championship. They discuss the tournament's significance as the first of its kind in Korea, drawing major public interest. Lined up, Ho-young and his team walk onto the pitch alongside their opponents. Ho-young gazes up at the vast, empty stadium, a sense of awe on his face. He takes a deep breath, realizing the moment he's been waiting for has finally arrived. Looking down at his cleats on the natural grass, he feels like a true professional player. A hand on his shoulder startles him as he realizes he missed a chance to meet the legend Lewandowski. An image of the Polish football star Lewandowski appears in all his glory. Facing his opponent, Ho-young puts his disappointment aside, focusing on the most important thing: winning the game. His eyes glow an intense blue as a confident, determined smirk crosses his face. A graphic pits the two teams against each other: FC Cha-bum versus the Polish national team. Back in the booth, the commentator asks analyst Seom Young-wook for his pre-game analysis. A massive, demonic bird-like spirit with sharp claws looms menacingly behind Ho-young. A tactical diagram displays FC Cha-bum's 4-4-2 formation. A corresponding diagram shows the Polish national team's opposing formation. while the Polish players shout in alarm, yelling at their teammate to watch the center. A player in an orange jersey passes the ball as Ho-young watches intently. The player watches his pass sail across the green field. A teammate urgently shouts for Yaraz to make his move now. Wham! A powerful kick sends the ball streaking across the field. The Polish players look up in sudden alarm. As a Polish player sprints past, the narration notes FC Chabum is shocked and their defense is broken. The player is identified as Jarosław Kaczynski as he runs with determination. Preparing to receive the pass, he thinks they can compete one-on-one if he maintains a stable first touch. Suddenly, Ho-young appears, intercepting the ball and surprising Jarosław. Jarosław stares in shock, recognizing Woo Ho-young and questioning why a striker is playing defense. Hung kicks the ball away, disrupting Jarosław's plan for a one-on-one confrontation. With a powerful kick, Ho-young sends the ball flying upfield. A teammate yells, "Run," as another blue-jerseyed player sprints to receive the pass. Jarosław confronts Ho-young, taunting him that he won't let it pass through. Ho-young easily dodges past Jarosław, leaving him behind. A teammate watches in awe as Ho-young, glowing with a blue aura, speeds down the field. The teammate shouts Ho-young's name as he expertly traps the ball. Ho-young receives the ball with a smile, earning a nice pass from his teammate. He dribbles towards the goal, facing off against 3 Polish defenders. A panicked Polish player shouts for his teammates to stop him. Surrounded by a swirling, frosty aura, Ho-young prepares to break through the defense. He bursts past his opponents, leaving them stunned in a gust of wind. Now facing the goalie, Ho-young smirks as the keeper scoffs back. With a sudden feint, he sidesteps the diving goalie. He leaps through the air, sending the ball into the open net. Teammates cheer wildly as the narration announces Woo Ho-young has scored. His teammates surround him, high-fiving and laughing at their flustered opponents. A hand pats Ho-young's head as he beams with a joyful, triumphant smile. In the broadcast booth, the commentators praise Ho-young's immense potential and promising future. A coach on the sideline questions if Ho-young is truly 9 years old, and his colleague confirms it. The coach grimaces, thinking that using Ho-young is like bringing a bazooka to a fighting competition. Back on the field, a Polish player is cornered by 2 opponents, realizing he's about to be caught. Ho-young spots an opening and calls out, "Here," demanding the ball. The player makes a desperate pass toward Ho-young. Ho-young effortlessly traps the ball, bringing it under his control. Surrounded by defenders, he scans the field and realizes there's no space. With a look of sudden urgency, he yells, "Run!" to his teammates. He deftly maneuvers around a defender from the Polish team. The Polish player looks back in surprise as Ho-young slips past him. Ho-young gently taps the ball forward, maintaining perfect control. The narration notes the perfect timing of his dash forward. He looks up to see a teammate near the goal, calling for a pass. The teammate continues to shout, his arm raised, demanding the ball. Ignoring the call, Ho-young sets his sights directly on the goal. With a determined expression, Ho-young winds up for a powerful kick. A teammate yells a warning as the narration announces a surprise mid-range shot. The Polish goalie dives, straining to block the incoming shot. Clang! The ball slams into the back of the net, well out of the goalie's reach. The commentator praises the excellent tempo control and smart play that created the shooting angle. As he jogs back, Ho-young wonders to himself if his strategy is working. Ho-young wipes sweat from his brow, catching his breath. Re-energized, he throws his arms out with a triumphant shout. He lets out a satisfied laugh in his thoughts. A system window appears, announcing his heavy mid-range shot talent has grown to C. As he jogs, he wonders if he can grow his teammate Duri's talent as well. He decides to push his momentum, but vows to be careful not to strain his knees. Slam! The narration declares a second goal for Woo Ho-young. Ho-young and his teammates celebrate, as the announcer states that Poland is being cornered. The stunned Polish players wonder what kind of player he is, saying he's not even a monster. Eek! A monstrous, bird-like spirit looms behind Ho-young, terrifying his opponents. His brown-haired teammate runs up, angrily asking why Ho-young didn't pass to him. Ho-young explains there was no need to pass since the condition was met, and winning is the top priority. The teammate is still hesitant, but Ho-young confidently promises that another opportunity will come soon. The scoreboard shows FC Chabum leading Poland 2-0 with only 13 minutes left in the game. Ho-young sprints forward, dribbling the ball with intense focus. Wham! He unleashes another powerful kick toward the goal. The ball soars past the diving goalie, securing a hat-trick for Woo Ho-young. Breathing heavily, Ho-young smiles with satisfaction as the narration praises his amazing skill. The crowd cheers wildly, holding a "Stay Strong" banner and believing he has a bright future. A teammate with dark hair skillfully dribbles past a defender. Now marked heavily by the Polish team, Ho-young is surrounded by defenders. He sends a long, straight pass down the field. The ball zips through the air with incredible speed. Ho-young watches his pass find its mark between the defenders. A teammate moves in to receive the perfectly placed ball. He worries that the pass is too long, and the defender is already in position. A different teammate, Seo Young-jun, calls out, "Over here!" Seo Kyung-jun shouts for the ball, his arm raised high. The ball perfectly reaches its target as Seo Kyung-jun is challenged by a defender. He looks up in amazement as the ball descends right to him. Bam! He connects with a powerful header, sending the ball flying. The crowd erupts, celebrating a fantastic assist and FC Chaebom's fourth goal. Seo Kyung-jun celebrates with a triumphant fist pump. In the stands, his mother watches with a joyful, proud smile. Seo Kyung-jun tells a surprised Ho-young his celebration was for his mom. His mom gives an enthusiastic 2 thumbs up from the crowd. Ho-young smiles and gives a happy thumbs up in return. Seo Kyung-jun pats Ho-young on the back, praising the excellent pass. He beams, thanking Ho-young gratefully. Ho-young smiles back at his happy teammate. A reporter interviews Ho-young, celebrating the 4-0 victory and his selection as man of the match. Ho-young smiles, ready to answer the reporter's question. The reporter asks if he has anything else he wants to say. Ho-young gives an energetic fist pump. That night, he tosses and turns in bed, cringing at how he came off in the interview. Meanwhile, on the internet, a former critic retracts his doubt and vows to become Ho-young's lifelong supporter. The narration recounts their next match, a fierce battle they won 3-2. Facing a championship contender, Ho-young's multiple goals secured a dramatic draw. In the quarterfinals against Paraguay, goals from both Seo Kyung-jun and Ho-young led to a comeback victory. In the locker room, the coach announces their semi-final opponent is Japan's U13 national team, with the winner advancing to Seoul's Sangam Stadium. Ho-young looks up from the center of his team's huddle. A player's cleats step firmly onto the grass field. Ho-young and his team face their opponents from Japan. A fiery graphic pits the two youth teams against each other. Ho-young watches the opposing team with focused intensity. The narration identifies Japan's key player as Koga Shinji. A bright yellow aura highlights Koga Shinji's exceptional skill. A system window details Koga Shinji's talents and the conditions to acquire one. Annoyed that he must steal the ball 5 times, Ho-young decides to play a free role. Ho-young calls out to Shinji, who turns and responds. Pointing confidently, Ho-young tells his opponent, "You die." Koga Shinji stares back in disbelief, thinking Ho-young is crazy. Ho-young reflects that a free role requires excellent sense and judgment to play effectively. Challenging his opponent, Ho-young vows to pursue Kagawa wherever he goes on the field. In the 7th minute, the narration notes that Japan is increasing their tempo. A Japanese player calls out to Kagawa as he passes him the ball. Kagawa deftly controls the incoming pass with his foot. Dribbling down the field, Kagawa notices Ho-young closing in from behind. Ho-young sprints with fierce determination, sweat flying from his face. Kagawa wonders why a striker with quick feet and a powerful shot is pressing him so far back. He glances back, a bead of sweat on his face, feeling the pressure. Kagawa confidently thinks that Ho-young can't possibly handle his advanced ball control. A coach on the sideline angrily asks his player why he's so far out of position. Wham! Ho-young slides in and perfectly intercepts the ball from Kagawa. As Ho-young speeds away with the ball, a stunned Kagawa shouts, "What the?" The coach on the sideline marvels at Ho-young's newfound defensive skill and yells that it's a chance to counterattack. Ho-young recalls that the precise ball interception talent he acquired from Casemiro is proving very useful. Kagawa grimaces with rage and frustration. Ho-young blocks another attempt by Kagawa, who cries out in disbelief. Easily maneuvering past his opponent, Ho-young leaves Kagawa wondering why his feints aren't working. Ho-young smiles triumphantly as a frustrated Kagawa clutches his head in the background. Seeing a notification that he's cleared the second condition, Ho-young realizes all he has left to do is win the game. Ho-young skillfully dribbles the ball past a persistent Kagawa. He bursts forward with a powerful surge of energy. Arga Ho-young's powerful charge knocks an opponent aside, who wonders what kind of bulldozer he is. A Japanese coach urgently warns his players not to let number 7 Ho-young get through. A player tells his team to be wary of Ho-young's long-range shots and to tighten the defensive line. Ho-young catches his breath, intensely focused on the play. Ho-young looks up and spots an opening, passing to his brown-haired teammate. Calling for a rebound, Ho-young makes a quick pass that surprises his opponent. His teammate carries the ball down the field along the sideline. The narration explains that Woo Ho-young is moving into an open space to receive a return pass. Ho-young winds up and unleashes a powerful shot on goal. A blue aura connects Ho-young and his teammate as they move in perfect sync. Bam Ho-young's shot soars through the air toward the goal. The Japanese goalie just barely tips the ball away with his glove. Ugh. The crowd in the stands gasps in unison at the near goal. Ho-young shouts encouragement, yelling, "Good job, Seo Kyung-jun!" Seo Kyung-jun dives forward, connecting with a powerful header on the rebound. As his teammates celebrate the goal, Ho-young gives a satisfied thumbs up and says, "Nice." The narration states Japan was forced to defend until the very end. The final scoreboard shows a 2-3 victory. Commentators praise Woo Ho-young's amazing second-half performance. Yay! His teammates mob him in celebration. The team celebrates their victory together, shouting in triumph. Ho-young celebrates joyfully with his team. The next match is announced: Sao Paulo FC versus Germany. Germany's VfB Spengalt crushes Brazil's Sao Paulo FC with a 4-0 win. Ho-young's team watches, disappointed that a strong contender like Sao Paulo lost so badly. The German players' imposing height and physique intimidate their opponents. Ho-young closes his eyes, deep in thought. He reviews his 8 talents, noting the new one acquired from Kagawa. His new talent, delicate ball touch, is added to his list. He resolves to win the finals with his current talents to unlock his next upgrade. A defeated Kagawa looks on with disappointment. Kagawa approaches Ho-young, vowing to win their next match. The two rivals share a firm, respectful handshake. Smiling, Ho-young assumes his opponent's Japanese words are praise for his skills. A player steps onto the field for the final match. Wow. The crowd cheers wildly, shouting encouragement for Ho-young. The two teams line up, ready for the final match to begin. As the game begins, a graphic pits VfB Spengalt against FC Cha Bum. Ho-young identifies a tall opposing player as the biggest threat. The number 9 player glides across the field with a powerful aura. Ho-young's eyes widen, focusing intently on his rival. A system window reveals Volgo Batsudver's talents and the difficult conditions to copy one. The conditions are clear: win, score once, and make 10 assists. Ho-young feels dwarfed by Volgo's intimidating height and presence. The ball slams into the back of the net. 15 minutes in, VfB Spengalt scores and takes the lead. Ho-young admits to himself that the match is tough. He realizes the opponents are strategically using their height to shut him down. Sweat drips down his face as he grits his teeth in frustration. Yelling, "Let's go!" he slides determinedly across the field. Bam! VfB Spengalt scores again with a powerful header. The ball sails past the goalie, securing another goal. The commentators note that the significant height difference is a major obstacle. Ho-young bursts forward, dribbling the ball with incredible speed. He moves with a powerful burst of speed. Ho-young confronts the towering Volgo one-on-one. He shouts, his expression filled with fierce determination. Bam! Volgo's powerful shoulder check stops him in his tracks. Ugh, the powerful collision sends Volgo tumbling to the ground. Ho-young is also thrown backward by the force of the impact. Stunned, Ho-young looks up from the ground after the harsh tackle. The referee shows a red card to the stunned Volgo for the foul. He breathes a sigh of relief, glad the risky play worked out. Ho-young prepares to take the crucial free kick. He takes a deep breath, steadying himself for the shot. His eyes lock onto the goal with intense focus. Ho-young runs up to take the free kick. The German team forms a defensive wall as their goalie waits. With a powerful motion, Ho-young strikes the ball. The kick sails high over the heads of the jumping defenders. The goalie stretches, his eyes wide with effort, but the spinning ball curves just beyond his fingertips. Swoosh, the ball hits the back of the net, scoring a goal. The crowd goes wild, cheering for Ho-young. He leaps into the air, celebrating his incredible goal. Landing on his knees, he lets out a triumphant Sisua. He reflects on his stylish free kick talent, noting its impressive performance in its tournament debut. Ho-young watches as the opposing team celebrates their overall victory in the background. Despite the loss, he reflects that he still gained a lot from the competition. His teammates shield their eyes as he stands tall, bathed in a heroic light. The VfB Spengalt team hoists the championship trophy in victory. Ho-young proudly displays his silver medal, a trophy, and the Golden Boot Award. He laughs happily and remembers there's another reward waiting. A system window appears, letting him choose which of Volgo's talents to copy. His talent list updates, adding the new open growth plate ability. Outside, a group of fans spots Ho-young and his team arriving. A large, welcoming crowd of fans cheers for the team. His taller teammate marvels at Ho-young's fan club as Ho-young looks on in stunned silence. Overwhelmed by the show of support, Ho-young's eyes fill with tears. He addresses his fans with a determined fist pump, vowing to win next time. Walking a path of light, he resolves that his journey to become the world's best player starts now. On the team bus, an overexcited Ho-young repeatedly yells, "Go, go, go." The unamused driver states he stopped for a red light, prompting Ho-young to ask him which country is best at football. The driver smiles, confidently answering that it's Brazil. Ho-young beams with joy at the driver's response. Arriving at an airport with his parents, Ho-young is surprised by the heat, a stark contrast to the winter in Korea. A woman in a blue shirt calls out to get their attention. She walks toward them with a man and introduces herself as Maria Choi. Maria lets out a bright, welcoming laugh. She introduces the man beside her as Lucas Kim, a support officer for Sao Paulo FC. Lucas warmly greets Ho-young, who eagerly says hello back. Lucas smiles, commenting that Ho-young is even more adorable in person. They officially welcome the family to Sao Paulo, and the family expresses their gratitude. A young woman with blonde hair and blue eyes walks gracefully down a staircase. A close-up shows her looking ahead with a focused expression. As they pass on the stairs, the blonde girl and Ho-young's family exchange hellos. Ho-young is mesmerized, thinking she looks like a doll and speaks Portuguese. Shocked, Ho-young realizes Monica is his age, not a middle schooler as he'd assumed. The group enters Ho-young's new room and he is impressed. Everyone smiles, happy with the accommodations, as Ho-young says it's very nice. Lucas tells Ho-young not to be nervous about the upcoming physical exam. Lucas asks about his parents' height. His mom is 166 centimeters and his dad is 168 centimeters. His father chuckles, admitting he's on the shorter side. Lucas reassures them that the club has a growth management system, so they shouldn't be disappointed if he's short. The parents thank him, but their expressions reveal their deep worry as they hope for good results. Lucas shouts in surprise over the phone as the parents look on anxiously. He happily explains the test results are in, and they're good. Ho-young's parents hold their breath, awaiting the full news. A stunned Ho-young learns he's projected to grow incredibly tall. The entire family erupts in a joyous celebration. Ho-young goofs around while a teammate gives a supportive thumbs up. His parents smile with overwhelming relief as Ho-young celebrates. Lucas outlines the future schedule, discussing the team, academy, and FIFA regulations. Ho-young realizes this means he can focus solely on football. Lucas reassures him that the club will handle any potential issues. Ho-young sees Brazil as just one step on his long journey. Lucas details the plan: academy training followed by evaluations for a contract. He explains the GPA scoring system, where a 6.5 is needed to pass. Ho-young confidently declares he won't turn back, determined to succeed. Laughing, Lucas reminds him to study Portuguese for the written test. The whole family freezes in shock at the mention of a test. Lucas clarifies that a Portuguese exam is part of the evaluation. The news hits Ho-young like a bolt of lightning. A manager named Bianca congratulates Ho-young on his hard work. She offers him a warm, congratulatory smile. Sometime later, Ho-young looks on with surprised anticipation. Bianca reveals his excellent GPA of 9.13, despite his low Portuguese score. She details his incredible on-field performance and high medical scores. With a smile, Bianca announces that he ranked first place. Overjoyed and blushing, Ho-young expresses his gratitude. Bianca acknowledges the communication barrier, but praises his dedication and makes an offer. With a determined fist pump, Ho-young celebrates his success. He analyzes the contract's weekly salary, comparing it to a young Cristiano Ronaldo's. Realizing it's more than his future part-time pay, He thinks it's fantastic. Bianca explains his salary will increase with promotions as he asks which class he's in. He's amazed to learn he'll be joining the Sao Paulo FCU 13 team. He recalls facing this very team as an opponent in the past. On the morning of April 4th, Ho Young dribbles a ball outside. He reflects that as a paid player, he must now play for the team. He pauses, a look of quiet determination on his face. Psyching himself up, he declares that no small obstacle will stop him. "I can do it," he shouts, punching the air with renewed resolve. He looks up, surprised to hear Monica calling his name from a balcony. Monica cheerfully relays that Maria says it's time to go. Ho Young joins Maria by the car, ready to head out. Waving happily, Monica wishes him well on his way. In the car, Maria asks if he's staying in touch with his parents. He confidently vows to return home with the championship trophy. Maria laughs, promising to cheer him on. Ho Young lists his goals: win the U13 league and get promoted to U15. His ultimate goal is to acquire every talent available to him. A system notification reveals he's unlocked an innate language sense talent. He ponders his discovery that adults lack prodigy-level talents. He braces himself, expecting to face many talented kids in the U13 league. Stepping onto the grounds of the training facility, he looks toward his future. The tour of the academy reveals an indoor study area and multiple soccer fields for training in any weather. A woman with brown hair proudly tells Ho Young this is the largest football training facility in Brazil, and he looks on in awe. She smiles, pleased by his cheerful reaction, and offers to help him with any issues he might have. After Ho Young thanks her, she leads him through a door marked unauthorized access prohibited. She guides him down a long, brightly lit hallway, telling him to follow her. As they proceed, Ho Young continues to look around, amazed by his new surroundings. He steps out to see a massive field bustling with other young players already in the middle of training. On the grass, several players are focused on their warm-up stretches. The field is full of activity as boys practice their footwork and ball control. A friendly-looking player with brown hair approaches Ho Young's group to talk. He announces that a player's evaluation score was a shocking 9.33, causing his friends to shout in disbelief. Ho Young notices other players eyeing him cautiously, guessing they're worried about him taking their spot. Realizing the fierce competition ahead, he smiles, thinking this is a true battlefield for boys. A dark-haired boy and a blonde boy approach, with the dark-haired one questioning why Ho Young is there. The two boys, one blonde and one dark-haired, stare with wary expressions. Ho Young's eyes glow with fighting spirit as he gives a sharp, challenging grin. Bam Golden energy erupts as two talent windows appear between Ho Young and the two rival players. The windows display the impressive talents of players Douglas Costa and Casemiro. With a menacing grin, Ho Young declares his intention to take all of their talents for himself. The blonde boy Douglas Costa speculates that the team's ranking might improve, while the dark-haired Casemiro questions if Ho Young is truly that skilled. Watching Ho Young stretch, Douglas Costa concludes that he seems good enough. The other boys watch on, completely starstruck by the unfolding situation. Douglas Costa explains to Casemiro that Sao Paulo FC has been struggling without a good striker. He reveals that's why Coach Carlos brought in someone as young as Ho Young for the U13 league. A coach in a green polo shirt addresses the team, gathering them on the field. Ho Young eagerly listens, wondering if the first training session will focus on tactics or teamwork. A player's cleat taps the ground, ready for action. The training begins as Ho Young and his teammates start a fast-paced dribbling drill. He realizes they're starting with the basics, focusing on fundamental skills. As he dribbles, Ho Young notices that something about his movements feels different than before. Two coaches observe the training intently from the sideline, one blowing a whistle. A player in an orange shirt collides with Ho Young, challenging him for the ball. Kook. The player shoulders him hard, knocking the ball away. Ho Young watches as his opponent takes the ball and continues down the field. He takes a moment to catch his breath, feeling the intensity of the practice. From the sidelines, two teammates notice Ho Young's pass. A coach pulls Ho Young aside to explain that a good pass requires perfecting one's posture and balance. He elaborates that anxiety or pressure can make a player's balance unstable, leading to poor passes. Ho Young earnestly asks the coach how to know the right time to make a pass. Elsewhere, two coaches discuss Ho Young's stamina, with one suggesting he be moved to the U11 team. The other coach defends him, pointing out that Ho Young has only been playing football for 6 months. With a confident smile, the head coach seems to have faith in Ho Young's potential. The coaches continue to watch from the sidelines as the players spread out across the field. A system window displays Douglas Costa's talents and the 2 conditions required to copy them. Ho-young reflects that he has already acquired and even upgraded the sports car-like fast legs talent. He looks on with a sly and confident smirk. The dark-haired boy, Casemiro, tells Ho-young to play as a shadow striker instead of the main one. "No," Ho-young declares boldly, "I don't want to. I will score a goal." Casemiro offers a compromise. He'll score while Ho-young uses his ball control to harass the defense. Ho-young looks annoyed as Casemiro asks if he remembers last year, claiming he used to be much faster. Ho-young challenges the dark-haired player, Casemiro, to a race. Casemiro laughs, eagerly accepting the challenge. Ho-young points with a fierce grin, promising to show him exactly what he's capable of. "On your mark, get set, go," and they're off, bursting from the starting line in a blur of motion. Gasping, Casemiro is stunned to see Ho-young keeping pace with him. "Fuck," Casemiro shouts, "Woo!" as he lunges across the finish line, narrowly beating Ho-young. Ho-young stands in disbelief as another player exclaims that it was an amazing close call. A teammate praises Ho-young, thinking he might have won if they had the same physical build. "Fuck!" Casemiro stomps his foot, his expression filled with competitive fire. Casemiro tells a surprised Ho-young to take the lead, saying he'll be the backup. With a determined smile, Ho-young accepts the forward position. Ho-young makes a sharp pass to a teammate. The ball flies past the diving keeper and into the goal. Casemiro powerfully shoots the ball towards the goal. Whack! The ball smashes into the net for another goal. A system window announces the conditions have been met to copy a talent from Douglas Costa, offering football prodigy or master of balance. Ho-young feels a bit nervous, realizing he has finally achieved the conditions to copy the talent. Whoa. The talent list on the glowing screen scrolls by in a flash of gold. AB2 bonus flashes on the screen. A system window confirms Ho-young's new talent, Football Prodigy B, and notes it will take 7 days to fully acquire. Ho-young reviews his updated talent list, which now includes innate language sense. He clenches his fist, recommitting himself to working hard. He focuses intently on his dribbling practice. He fires off another practice pass. A blonde teammate challenges him physically as he thinks about maintaining perfect posture. Bam! A teammate sends the ball flying after a pass. On the sidelines, his teammates marvel at his improvement, saying he's like a completely different person. Ho-young reflects that he can now clearly sense the change from his new talent. The coach advises him to maintain his center of gravity to win physical contests under pressure. Whack! Ho-young successfully shields the ball from an opponent, putting the advice into action. The blonde player, Douglas Costa, suggests they play a round of crown game for shooting practice. Ho-young imagines himself as a triumphant king, wearing a crown and cape, surrounded by his teammates. With a sigh, Douglas Costa reluctantly agrees to play. Ho-young's eyes gleam with competitive energy. As Ho-young faces Douglas Costa, a system window reveals the talents of Casemiro and the conditions to copy them, making Ho-young realize the game is a chance to acquire more skills. Ho-young announces he'll make the first move, beginning the one-on-one drill. Douglas Costa easily keeps the ball, leaving Ho-young panting on the ground. Catching his breath, Ho-young is frustrated that he lost the ball in only 3 minutes. He acknowledges that his opponent's experience and football prodigy talent give him an edge in the basics. Clenching his thigh muscle, he vows to run until his feet catch fire to close the skill gap. He pushes himself to the limit, running with everything he's got. A montage shows Ho-young endlessly repeating the same drills day after day. He celebrates a small victory on the field with his arms raised high. A system window pops up, offering him a choice of Casemiro's talents, highlighting good ball blocking. Ho-young chooses good ball blocking, adding it and fairly flashy footwork to his impressive talent list. He reflects with satisfaction that each new talent feels like another step toward becoming a true professional. Surrounded by a powerful aura, Ho-young dribbles with renewed confidence and speed. The coaches discuss his astonishing growth, noting he's one of the best in the U13 league, but questioning if it will translate to real matches. The head coach smiles, stating he believes it's possible because Ho-young is the type who excels in real game situations. The coach passionately emphasizes his point. In the locker room, the coach briefs the team on their crucial match against a third-ranked opponent. He highlights the opponent's ace, a player skilled in tackling and ball distribution. The coach instructs Ho-young to create space by switching plays with his blonde teammate, Douglas Costa. As the teams line up, Ho-young reflects that his long-awaited official debut is finally starting. Phew. He takes a deep breath, realizing he has truly become a football player. A flashback shows a much younger, bright-eyed Ho-young smiling with pure joy. Back in the present, Ho-young beams with excitement and confidence for the match ahead. On the field, Ho-young shakes hands with the opposing team's ace. A system window identifies the opponent as Fabia, revealing his talents and the conditions to copy one, win the game, and score 2 goals. Ho-young considers his opponent, the supposed impregnable defender of the U13 League. He wonders if his confidence comes from training alongside top prospects like Douglas Costa and Casemiro. Backed by a powerful spectral warrior, Ho-young feels assured by his own abundance of talent. The match begins, pitting Ho-young, Douglas Costa, and Casemiro against their formidable opponent. The game kicks off as an opposing player immediately challenges Ho-young for the ball. An opponent narrates that Ho-young's skills are beyond expectation, noting even their iron wall defender Pava can't keep up. The head coach watches from the sidelines with a knowing, satisfied smile. Ho-young feels ready for action, thinking the warm-up is over. Casemiro marks an opposing player wearing number 7. Ho-young expertly maneuvers the ball, surrounded by 2 defenders. Casemiro executes a perfect run, drawing the defense's attention. A defender shouts a command to switch positions to counter the play. On the bench, Ho-young's teammates erupt in cheers as the opponent's defense collapses. Ho-young skillfully dodges a tackle. Kijori stumbles and falls to the ground after a challenge. Casemiro quickly passes the ball forward into open space. Ho-young scrambles back to his feet and sprints toward the loose ball. He gains possession and faces the goalkeeper one-on-one. Ho-young plants his foot and unleashes a powerful shot. His cleat connects perfectly with the ball. With his eyes locked on the goal, he knows the shot is going in. Bam! The ball rockets past the keeper's outstretched hands for a goal. As the ball settles in the net, he reflects on the 7 months of effort that led to this single moment. Overcome with joy, Ho-young celebrates, believing his hard work has finally paid off. On the field, his movements are praised as stable, with excellent passing and tempo control. Bam! Ho-young executes another precise pass under pressure. An opposing defender realizes Ho-young destabilizes their entire formation the moment he's left unmarked. The defender digs in his heels, determined to catch up to him. Ho-young and Casemiro position themselves for another switching play against 2 defenders. Ho-young sends a swift pass to Douglas Costa, catching an opponent completely by surprise. An opponent curses his mistake, realizing he was baited by the switching play. Douglas Costa receives the ball with ease. He spots Ho-young making a run and calls out to him. Douglas Costa prepares a tricky pass. With a deft back heel, he sends the ball perfectly to Ho-young. Ho-young credits his delicate ball touch talent for controlling the clever pass. Seizing the opportunity, Ho-young takes a powerful shot on goal. The shot flies toward the net, but the keeper dives to make a desperate save. His teammates on the bench groan in dismay, shouting, "What a waste." Ho-young grits his teeth in frustration after missing the crucial shot. Ho-young smiles, crediting Douglas Costa for the perfect pass. He reflects on his ability to execute stable plays in any situation. His once vague dream of being the best now feels real, and he vows to achieve it. He beams with pure, unshakable confidence on the field. On the sidelines, the opposing coach berates his player, Pava, for failing to mark such a small opponent. He then scolds his entire bench, demanding they narrow their defensive zone to counter the constant switching plays. He rallies his team, reminding them to adapt and remember their training. The coach grits his teeth, worried about their precarious third-place standing in the league. In the other locker room, Ho-young's coach reveals their strategy. Wait for the defense to tire, then strike. The coach looks directly at Ho-young, telling him to unleash all of his conserved energy in the second half. "Yes," Ho-young shouts, his eyes shining with anticipation. Back on the field, the opponents have switched to his zone defense to counter the switching plays. Ho-young analyzes their new formation, recalling his coach's words about this exact tactic. He readies himself to break through their organized defense. A teammate initiates the play with a sharp pass. Ho-young immediately spots a crucial opening behind the defensive line. Douglas Costa effortlessly dribbles past an opponent. Ho-young is quickly closed down by a defender. Casemiro calls out to Douglas as he sends the ball soaring. Douglas executes a perfect long pass across the field, right to Ho Young. "Nice, Ho Young," exclaims, flawlessly controlling the ball. He finds himself immediately surrounded by two defenders. The pressure mounts as the defenders close in. He recalls his relentless passing practice, knowing this is the exact moment he trained for. Thump! Ho Young threads a perfect pass through the two defenders. Casemiro receives the pass with astonishing control. Bam Ho Young fires a blistering shot past the diving goalkeeper. A teammate throws his arm around Ho Young, and they both shout in celebration. Wow. The entire team swarms Ho Young, celebrating the fantastic goal. A system window appears, offering him the precise passing talent. He reviews his updated talent list, pleased to have acquired Pava's skill. Looking at his long list of talents, he recommits to working even harder, knowing his journey is just beginning. After the game, the coach praises the team for their excellent work. With a sudden chop, the coach playfully smacks Ho Young on the head, who yelps, "Ouch!" As Ho Young rubs his head, the coach gives him some final words of encouragement. The coach smiles, clearly proud of his star player's performance. Ho Young looks down at his earnings with a huge, satisfied grin. He happily offers a bag of cookies to a young woman, saying he bought them for everyone to share. She congratulates him enthusiastically on the win, saying she knew he could do it. He brushes off her thanks, telling her it's a small token for her help with his Portuguese studies. He reflects on his appearance fee and goal bonus, thinking about treating himself to something special. Suddenly, he runs off, telling the woman he has something quick to do. In a flashback, his father smiles while on the phone as his mother holds a baby. In the present, Ho Young excitedly tells his family he won the Man of the Match award. On the other end of the line, his parents gasp in shocked delight. Wah! His father pumps his fists in the air, overflowing with pride. Hearing their joy, Ho Young feels a surge of strength and happiness. A recap shows his team, Sao Paulo FC, on a winning streak, securing second place in the league. Since his debut, Ho Young's incredible record of 13 goals and 3 assists has made him a vital team member. Thanks to his efforts, the team has advanced to the playoffs, with the championship now in sight. A professional player named Christian Ziga celebrates a goal on television. Watching the game, a blue-haired boy and a blonde girl marvel at Ziga's incredible skill. The blue-haired boy stares at the screen, determined to one day meet his idol. He suddenly jumps to his feet, startling the girl beside him. Filled with purpose, he declares that his path is obvious. In his mind, he's already on the field, skillfully dribbling the ball. The scene shifts to reality as he practices alone on an indoor field. Later, while resting, a woman named Miss Emily praises Ho Young for his hard work. She expresses concern, advising him to rest before the playoffs since the last game just ended. Ho Young insists he's full of energy and must seize the opportunity to train. He recalls practicing constantly, even in his past life, driven by his pure love for football. Miss Emily thanks the kind Ho Young for the snacks, which he explains are his favorite. A man in a suit approaches, cheerfully greeting Emily. She's surprised to see the director, who asks about the bag she's holding. Emily explains the snacks are from Ho Young and offers one to the director. As he tries one, Emily proudly tells him that Ho Young is an exceptionally talented player. Impressed, the director gives a thumbs up, vowing to watch for him in the championship. Back on the field, Ho Young stretches, thinking about how facing talented players has evolved his own skills. A system window displays his new talent, a fairly sharp 2-on-1 pass. He reviews his talent list, noting his flashy footwork and rhythmic flexibility have improved. Looking at his full list of possessed talents, he confirms that his abilities have undergone a significant change. He sits on the grass, contemplating a new discovery about his talent progression. He realizes that simply stacking similar talents isn't enough to level them up further. He stands, determined to achieve his next goal, scoring over 30 mid-range goals. The system window for legendary player Cha Bamgan appears, revealing the conditions to copy his talents. The conditions are clear: score 30 goals from over 30 meters and reach the semifinals of a FIFA tournament. With his foot on the ball, Ho Young accepts the challenge, knowing it will take immense effort. He begins to train, focusing his efforts on mastering the free kick. Kicking the ball towards the goal, he settles into his familiar training routine. He unleashes a powerful and precise kick. His foot connects perfectly, sending the ball rocketing forward. The ball soars straight into the back of the net. He continues his training, with another successful shot landing in the goal. A system notification confirms his heavy mid-range shot has leveled up, and he smiles, seeing his hard work pay off. He stands proudly on the field, satisfied with his progress. A vision of a powerful on-field clash shatters a tactical clipboard. His team, now ready for the playoffs, is depicted as a unit with an impregnable defense. Ho Young and a teammate stand on the field, poised for the match to begin. The opposing team's ace player radiates a powerful, confident aura. The match kicks off with a powerful pass from the opposing team. Ho Young sprints to intercept as defenders shout commands to block him. The opposing team quickly forms a tight defensive line. From the sidelines, a coach analyzes the opponent's strategy to pressure the midfield and isolate Ho Young. He notes their formation is far more compact, a clear sign they're wary of Ho Young's dribbling. But Ho Young runs undeterred, confident that his team has a plan of their own. A teammate executes a quick, low pass to start their play. Thump! The pass is cleanly received by another player. Ho Young receives the ball and begins to dribble, deftly avoiding a defender's reach. His quite flashy footwork talent activates as he maneuvers on the field. He effortlessly weaves past a defender, leaving him in the dust. Ho Young dribbles between two defenders. The defenders shout commands to cover him. Two opponents move to block his path, confident they have the advantage. They close in, but he's unfazed, the skill gap clear. A narrator questions why they can't stop Ho Young's obvious dribble. The answer is simple: pure speed. Even knowing his move, their bodies are too slow to react. He easily feints past another opponent. He touches the ball, changing his path in an instant. A defender stares in disbelief, thinking, how can I possibly block a guy like that? Ho Young races toward the goal, leaving everyone behind. Bam! He fires a powerful shot into the net. Wah! His team swarms him in celebration as an announcement congratulates Sao Paulo FC for reaching the championship. Amidst the celebration, text confirms Ho Young's goals secured their spot in the final match. The coach tempers his excitement, revealing their final opponent, SC Corinthians. The hand reaches for a team on a summit, representing the final, difficult step against an unrivaled opponent. The coach knows they have no chance of winning unless they stop the opponent's genius player. He instructs his team that their practice will now focus on blocking Pato. Pato is hyped as the future of Brazilian football, the next leader of AC Milan. Ho Young considers the challenge, believing Pato is manageable since football is a team game. The coach details Pato's incredible record, 18 goals in 14 matches, and a top contender for the Golden Ball. However, the coach sees a weakness in their teamwork and believes they can win if they practice well. He reminds the attentive team that winning is about being the better team overall. Ho Young listens with a determined expression. The coach outlines their strategy: exploit their weaknesses, but acknowledges stopping Pato will be difficult. He rallies the team, demanding they approach the game with confidence. The coaching staff discusses strategy, noting their lack of resources to perfectly counter the opponent's formation and stop Pato. A coach worries about their weak offense and the intense pressure Corinthians will put on Ho Young. The head coach smirks, revealing he has a plan for that. A powerful, angelic demon with dark wings appears in a flash of purple energy. The coach points confidently, declaring, "We will be the winning team today." Wah. The team huddles, and the coach tells them to bring the majesty of a king to the field. Placing a hand on Ho Young's shoulder, the coach tells him to show off everything he's learned. Ho Young responds with a resounding yes. The two teams line up, facing each other before the championship match. The captains shake hands at midfield. A system window reveals Alexandre Pato's talents and the conditions for Ho Young to copy one. The talented Pato smiles, hailed as the second Pell. Ho Young grins, excited by the challenge ahead. Pato's list of impressive talents again. A closer look at the three conditions: win the final, earn the golden ball, and score 2 goals. Ho Young realizes his opponent is not just a prodigy, but a true football genius. As giant spiritual figures loom behind them, Ho Young wonders if he too can become a genius. A player's cleats dig into the turf, stopping suddenly. Pato looks over, surprised by the change. He spots Ho Young in the middle of the field, questioning why he's there. On the sideline, another coach is shocked to see Ho Young playing as a midfielder. The head coach smirks, recalling the secret special training they've been conducting. In a flashback, Ho Young questions his new role as a midfielder. The coach reassures him, and Ho Young agrees, trusting his coach's plan. The coach tells Ho Young to follow him for outfield training. much to Ho-young's surprise. On the field, Ho-young wonders if his teammates Douglas and Casemiro will join the drill. The coach presents a tactical problem: how to pass the ball from Casemiro to Douglas over a long distance. Ho-young suggests two solutions: a short build-up through a midfielder or having a winger drop back. For several days, Ho-young and his team practice their ball distribution. Coach Carlos drills them on various passing patterns until their movements become second nature. Ho-young recalls focusing so much on ball distribution that his talent improved dramatically, day by day. Impressed, the coach praises Ho-young and moves him into the main team's offensive and defensive drills. For the next 3 days, the team undergoes intensive training drills. The coach demands they train relentlessly, engraving every move into their minds and bodies. The team shouts in agreement, training without complaint, determined to finish the season strong. Back in the present, the coach explains that the key to their strategy is the regista, who links offense and defense. He declares that Ho-young, wearing the number 7, will take on this crucial role. The scene shifts to the final match, where Pato's unstoppable, top-notch speed is on full display. Ho-young sprints after Pato, desperately trying to mark him. With the team's entire strategy hinging on him, Ho-young faces the pressure with a determined gaze. On the sideline, Corinthians coach Fabio Carril reflects on his own strategy. Surprised that Ho-young has been placed in a defensive position, he acknowledges that changing positions is a good tactic for versatile players, as Ho-young is shown symbolically holding a shield. The opposing coaching staff concedes that, given the situation, they must hand the initiative over to Sao Paulo FC, SC Corinthians, and Sao Paulo FC. In a promotional shot, Ho-young and other stylized characters stand ready against a mystical backdrop. The championship match kicks off, with players taking their positions across the wide field. A Corinthians player with the ball feels pressured, thinking he can't make a pass. His teammate agrees, noting that the defense has left them no accommodating space. Deciding he has no other choice, the player with the ball makes his move. He launches a high lob pass, confident in his decision. As the ball descends, its intended receiver cries out in alarm. The blonde Sao Paulo player finds himself instantly trapped between two opponents. The Corinthians player stumbles, as his pass is cleanly intercepted. Seeing an opportunity, he desperately calls out to Pato. He quickly kicks the intercepted ball forward, yelling for Pato to get it. Pato effortlessly receives the pass, immediately putting pressure on the blonde defender. With intense focus, Pato prepares to unleash his speed. Bam, he kicks the ball straight past the stunned defender. Pato bursts forward, chasing down his own pass with incredible speed. The blonde player shouts a desperate warning to his teammates to follow Pato. Ugh, he thinks, realizing he can't possibly keep up with Pato's sprint. It's a one-on-one showdown against the keeper Pato's signature move. The Sao Paulo goalkeeper braces himself, staring down the approaching prodigy. Pato thinks a nutmeg as he skillfully slips the ball between the goalie's legs. Pato raises his arm in triumph as SC Corinthians scores the first goal of the match. While a teammate congratulates Pato, the blonde Sao Paulo player looks on in silent disbelief. Sao Paulo player reflects on their failure. Despite practicing tirelessly to stop him, Pato scored in just 5 minutes. The team is visibly demoralized, knowing Pato's specialty is his unstoppable dribbling and running. Ho-young remains focused, realizing all they have to do is score once and prevent another goal. As he moves, Ho-young finds himself boxed in, unable to find an opening in the opponent's formation. The teammate observes that Casemiro can't stop Pato, and that Ho-young's defensive position prevents a direct confrontation. Pato's attacks are described as sharp and solid, a testament to his overwhelming skill. Ho-young resolves to cover as much ground as he can and create an opportunity with smooth ball distribution. He urgently shouts to Casemiro, warning him that the opponents are closing in. Ho-young rallies his teammates, shouting for them to stay focused. At halftime, a player notes that thanks to Ho-young, they're regaining their rhythm despite being down 1-0. Another player braces himself, imagining their coach as a demon ready to deliver some harsh words. In the locker room, the coach crosses his arms and unexpectedly praises the team for playing well. The players, including Ho-young, stare back in stunned silence. In a strange, abrupt scene, a green-haired elf with a horn appears next to a skeletal figure, questioning the identity of a Princess Lagertha. Back with the team, The coach reminds them of a past defeat where Pato scored a hat trick. He highlights their current success, stating they controlled the midfield with superior passing and possession. The blonde player laments that even with their training and control, they couldn't stop Pato. The coach fires back, declaring that victory only goes to those who use everything they've learned. He passionately encourages them to enjoy the game, which will unlock their full potential. The coach turns his attention to a thoughtful Woo Ho-young. Smiling, Ho-young accepts his coach's simple advice: enjoy football. On the field, the blonde player looks over at Ho-young in confusion. Ho-young offers encouragement, promising to back his teammate up. The blonde player accepts his support with a quiet, "Okay." An opposing player with the number 2 on his back feels confident, thinking his opponent's efforts are useless. His teammate with teal hair agrees, thinking it's time to unleash Pato's special moves again. Pato launches a powerful pass down the field. Ho-young dives but just misses, intercepting the speeding ball. With a confident smirk, Ho-young thinks that the same tactics won't work again. He leaps back to his feet, instantly chasing after the play. Ho-young swiftly cuts in front of an opponent to intercept the ball. He flashes a wide, triumphant grin. The teal-haired player, Titi, watches with concern, realizing Ho-young's movements have changed since the second half began. Titi mentally notes Ho-young's impressive defense, having predicted the pass and stolen the ball. The player with teal hair shouts a warning to Titi, declaring that their plan will fail. A narrator announces that Corinthians are switching to a two-top formation, as 2 players sprint forward. Ho-young registers the opponent's sudden tactical shift with a gasp. The teal-haired player gets in Ho-young's way, telling him to step aside. Ho-young glares back, his expression hardened with determination. The teal-haired player is momentarily taken aback by Ho-young's intensity. In a flashback, the coach reveals their new plan: aim for a single, decisive counterattack. The teal-haired player dribbles the ball, moving into position. He executes a sharp pass to a teammate farther down the field. He yells, "Go!" as his teammates press the attack, determined to catch up. The blonde Sao Paulo player executes a desperate slide tackle, stopping the ball. The teal-haired player quickly regains control and continues his advance. He faces the goalkeeper one-on-one, preparing for the shot. With intense focus, the teal-haired player makes his final decision. He prepares to shoot, thinking, "Got it." He winds up for a powerful kick. He launches the ball with incredible force. The ball flies past a diving Ho-young, headed for the goal. Ho-young curses in frustration, wondering why this player is tailing him. Leaping high, Ho-young heads the ball away from the net, shouting for his teammates to run. A dark-haired teammate dashes forward to receive the headed pass. The blonde player urgently directs traffic as his team moves upfield. Players from both teams spread out, transitioning from defense to offense. Ho-young rushes toward the loose ball, ready to lead the charge. The blonde player runs, realizing the high chance of being intercepted. Ho-young sees the play won't work, crediting the Corinthians defenders for already being in position. Dribbling forward, Ho-young considers passing to the side for a linking play. He looks ahead with focused determination. An opposing player wearing number 7 moves to block him, shouting that he won't pass. The opponent attempts a powerful kick to get the ball through Ho-young's legs. Eek! The opposing player is stunned, realizing Ho-young used the same move Pato did earlier. With the ball now in his possession, Ho-young sees an open path forward. He sprints toward the goal, confident in his shot after countless hours of practice. A pretty solid mid-range shot. Recalling his training, he takes exactly 6 steps before launching his kick. A flashback shows him perfecting this exact shot in practice. He follows through on his practice kick with perfect form. Back in the match, he unleashes the shot, feeling the muscle memory in his toes. The ball smashes into the back of the net. It's a goal. As the announcer declares that Woo Ho-young has scored, the teal-haired player, Pato, stares in disbelief. Whoa! Ho-young's teammates erupt in a joyous celebration. The ball rests on the grass. The play concluded. Pato restarts the play, determined to end the game on this turn as time runs out. Pato breaks through the defense, creating a golden opportunity for his team. But Casemiro executes a desperate back tackle to stop him. Pato cries out as he's brought down from behind. On the ground, Pato realizes Casemiro was willing to risk a red card to stop him. Gritting his teeth, Pato resolves that his team shares that same fierce determination. Pato leaps for the loose ball, vowing that they will never lose. He and Ho-young collide in a tense struggle for possession. Ho-young secures the ball, knowing this final attack is their last chance, Failure isn't an option. He makes a quick return pass to an open teammate. The teammate with number 9 on his back receives the pass, ready to advance. His foot connects squarely with the ball. He takes the shot, praying for it to go in as the ball rockets toward the goal. No! Ho-young and Pato watch in suspense as the shot flies. Arjurg, the number 9 player, shouts, putting all his strength into the kick. He follows through with a powerful strike, sending the ball past the diving goalie. The ball rips through the net, scoring the game-winning goal. His teammate falls to his knees in disbelief as Ho-young approaches, the victory secured. Whoa! The entire team swarms the field in a massive celebration. They joyfully surround Ho-young and his teammate, celebrating their incredible win. His teammates cheer, patting a smiling Ho-young on the back. The team's hands all reach for the gleaming gold championship trophy. Together, they hoist the trophy high in the air, champions at last. Amidst the confetti and cheers, Ho-young can hardly believe they actually won. The scene transitions to a later day, with Ho-young watching his teammates train. In a flashback, he faces off against a rival on the field. Another memory shows him in the middle of a tense practice match. He recalls sprinting with the ball, pushing himself to the limit. He remembers taking a powerful shot during training. The memory fades back to his team lifting him and the trophy in celebration. In a boardroom, league officials begin a meeting to select the golden ball winner, with one suggesting it should go to Woo Ho-young. A smiling official agrees, stating that awarding the trophy to Ho-young would be great motivation for him and the other local players. 2 league officials agree it's been a great year, citing an Asian Players' Championship win and a Young Players' 40-goal season. One official laughs, eagerly anticipating next year's First Division League. The next day, at the award ceremony, Alexander Pate is named top scorer and Woo Ho-young best striker. Several young players, including one in a number 9 jersey, wait for the ceremony to begin. A smiling official presents the golden ball trophy to a blue-haired Woo Ho-young. Ho-young beams, gratefully accepting the award. A notification reveals the real reward isn't the 3 million won prize, but the chance to acquire the football genius talent. A system window prompts him to choose a talent to copy, with football genius highlighted. As light envelops the system window, Ho-young thinks, football genius. A stat screen displays Ho-young's full list of acquired skills, as he thinks, thanks for the meal. Lying in bed, Ho-young reflects on finally acquiring the football genius talent, which makes his previous worries irrelevant. He realizes Pato's football genius A- has absorbed his own football prodigy B2, upgrading the skill to a powerful A rank. A diagram illustrates how his B2 talent merged with Pato's A- talent to create an A- rank skill. Gazing at his new skill list, Ho-young feels his efforts have finally paid off. A notification warns him that it will take 30 days to fully acquire the talent, during which he can't learn any others. He muses that 30 days is a long time, but realizes it's just enough before his chance to become the best rookie in Asian history. Ho-young's expression is full of quiet determination. In a memory, the blonde player from his team declares his intention to break a record. Back in his room, Ho-young begins stretching, knowing he must be in peak condition for the preseason turning point. Pumping his fist, he resolves that this preseason will be even more demanding than the regular season. Arriving at an airport with a suitcase, Ho-young thinks about how long it's been since he was in Korea. He reflects on the free plane ticket from his club, admitting to himself that he earned it by playing well. He spots his family, a man, a woman, and a baby, waving and calling his name. His family beams with pride and joy as they welcome him. His father pulls him into an emotional hug, crying with happiness, much to Ho-young's surprise. He kneels down to greet his little brother, who calls him Hyung, and is amazed at how much the toddler has grown. Ho-young happily lifts his brother, who declares he's going to sleep with him tonight. He imagines telling his awestruck little brother that he'll be a famous player one day, making his brother's friends jealous. His parents watch the heartwarming reunion, his father softly calling his name. His mother smiles warmly, telling him he worked hard. Ho-young and his little brother share a look of surprise. The two brothers share a bright, happy smile. After recharging at home playing soccer with his brother, Ho-young's family time continues. He is then surprised by an interview request right after arriving home. While checking a fan club chat, Ho-young learns of a rumor about his promotion, which is news to him. An unfamiliar man interrupts their rest, startling Ho-young, and apologetically asks for a moment of their time. The man struggles with Ho-young's unexpectedly heavy backpack, wondering what's inside. Unzipping the bag, he reveals the golden trophy, the prize money, and hints at more. Ho Young happily explains he received a total of 5 million won in bonuses as a homecoming gift. Overcome with emotion, Ho Young is pulled into a tight group hug by his loving family. Embraced by his family, he feels he couldn't be happier, valuing their love over the money and thinking he's too excited to sleep. Thump! His mother bursts in the next morning, but he groggily asks for 5 more minutes. His eyes snap open when she reminds him he made a call to Coach Cha Bum-kun. Right, I did, he exclaims, leaping out of bed in a panic. Coach Cha Bum-kun passionately declares he wants to send Ho Young somewhere special. He explains it's an overseas expedition project for elite U13 players to compete in youth tournaments. Ho Young's face lights up with pure excitement at the opportunity. He realizes with a grin that he'll get to meet other amazing young players. Over a meal, Ho Young eagerly asks the coach who they will play against. The coach reveals the expedition is in Germany, a paradise for young talent with special meaning for him. In the cold German air, Ho Young is impressed by the football powerhouse. He marvels at the state-of-the-art gym, wondering if they're building Terminators. Watching a youth match, he considers his new path in Germany and wonders about its famous players. He mentally lists a roster of legendary German footballers. Ugh. A stray ball smacks him directly in the face. A teammate yells at the players to focus as a dazed Ho Young recovers. The teammate sees this as another perfect opportunity to gain a new talent. The young man, Che Du-rim, smiles and calls out to Ho Young. Du-rim is surprised by how much Ho Young has aged in just 1 year. Ho Young recalls Du-rim's skill, thinking he should have joined a top-tier club. Du-rim ruffles Ho Young's hair, teasing him about how much he's grown. Ho Young jokingly credits his growth spurt to his time in Brazil, making Du-rim laugh. He sincerely thanks Du-rim for practicing with him in the past. Ho Young gratefully reflects on how their chance encounter and Du-rim's talent led to his championship win. A bashful Du-rim dismisses the praise, saying it was nothing. A system window displays Cha Du-rim's impressive talents and the conditions for Ho Young to copy them. Ho Young notes that Du-rim's talents have improved, and the conditions to acquire them seem easier now. He eyes the list of skills, planning to acquire a new talent for the upcoming season. Ho Young stands determined, a powerful demonic aura manifesting behind him. Ho Young eagerly accepts the opportunity, vowing to make the most of it. With the match only 4 days away, he feels lucky and resolves that he must win. Over the next few days, he diligently observes and participates in the team's training. He begins to bond with his new teammates, who ask about his experience in Brazil. An old acquaintance, Seok Young-jun, happily greets him. Ho Young joyfully credits Young-jun's wide-open growth plate talent for his height. He then asks Young-jun if he knows a player named Yoon Jung-ho. Ho Young realizes his actions have changed the future, as someone else won an award meant for Jung-ho. Dribbling forward, he understands that his presence will continue to alter the future of football. On the field, Ho Young sets his sights on a new target, Benil Muharapa, a tall and promising young striker. A notification details Benil's talents, including football prodigy, and the conditions to copy them. Ho Young notes the rare heading talent, recognizing its potential for giving him an edge in aerial plays. With a smirk of confidence, he resolves to win the game decisively. From the sidelines, Cha Bum-kun remarks on Ho Young's incredible improvement, which Du-rim proudly acknowledges. Ho Young moves swiftly across the field, the ball at his feet. His movements are described as leopard fast and knife sharp. He unleashes a powerful shot that flies past the diving goalkeeper. The ball smashes into the back of the net. Ho Young celebrates the first goal, exclaiming that his Brazilian training paid off. He receives a notification that he's cleared a condition and obtained a solid mid-range shot. Shouting Siu Ho Young declares that the real game has just begun. Du-rim excitedly predicts to his father that Ho Young will break the record for the youngest national player. Cha Bum-kun tempers his son's excitement, noting that even Pell couldn't predict the future. He reflects that, unlike a lazy genius, the hardworking and consistent Ho Young has a real chance at greatness. Ho Young sits on a throne, surrounded by the words, "All football talents are mine." The ball once again finds its way into the goal net. Ho Young celebrates his second goal, scored in under 10 minutes. He feels his dribbling and the accuracy of his mid-range shots have both improved. Reflecting on his training, he realizes that real game experience accelerates his growth. He smiles, confident he can upgrade his pretty solid mid-range shot to grade B soon. A blonde player dribbles downfield, pursued by a defender, As the second half starts, Frankfurt launches a swift counterattack, forcing their opponents to scramble back and defend. From the sidelines, a coach explains the counterattack is possible because Ho-young is now focused entirely on offense. An analyst notes that Ho-young is strategically conserving his stamina. Ho-young reminds himself not to waste all his energy in a mere friendly match. He thinks about the need to save his strength for the truly important upcoming game. A player in green expertly maneuvers the ball away from a determined defender. A teammate calls out to Ho-young as he sends a sharp pass his way. Ho-young receives the pass perfectly, earning praise as the defense shouts a warning. An opposing player watches Ho-young's advance with a look of intense focus. Another Frankfurt player glares, anticipating Ho-young's next move. Ho-young smirks as his dazzling footwork and rhythmic flexibility skills activate. His feet move with incredible speed, controlling the ball effortlessly. With a burst of energy, Ho-young powerfully weaves through multiple defenders. A baffled defender looks back, wondering if Ho-young's skill is even real. Ho-young continues his relentless drive toward the goal. He executes a perfect feint, leaving another defender behind. With a sharp move, he evades his marker. Oof! The defender stumbles to the ground, realizing he fell for a trick. Kneeling in exhaustion, the defeated defender sweats profusely. Ho-young recalls the intimidating presence of Germany's Schwenkfeld, fueling his resolve. Facing the German team, he relishes the chance to return the favor, viewing it as sweet revenge. Montage shows his progress and dedication through various training sessions. He breaks free from the defense, charging toward the lone goalkeeper. The opposing goalkeeper shouts his determination to block the shot. Ho-young's expression is locked in concentration as he prepares to shoot. He cleanly bypasses the diving goalkeeper. The ball rockets into the back of the net. An opponent stares in shock as Ho-young confirms his third goal went in. The opposing team is stunned by the hat-trick, wondering about the identity of this incredible player. Ho-young's teammates praise him, attributing his impressive skills to his training in Brazil. However, Seok Youngjun quietly disagrees. Youngjun explains to his teammates that Ho-young's skill comes from hard training, not just natural talent. Noting Ho-young's growth spurt, he remarks that his friend is already catching up. Ho-young lets out a triumphant laugh on the field. The tide turns as Benil Marafa grits his teeth, preparing for a header. With a powerful header, Benil Marafa scores Frankfurt's first goal. Ho-young is confident he'd win man of the match, but knows it's not the real prize. He flashes a wide, excited grin. He knows there are far more valuable rewards to be gained from this match. A system window presents Ho-young with the talents of two different players to copy. He selects decent heading and strong physique, acquiring two new abilities. His full list of skills appears as he feels a surge of overwhelming energy. He clenches his fist, feeling the new power coursing through him. His eyes glow with fierce determination. Standing before a demonic aura, Ho-young vows to copy the talents of Germany's youth and, eventually, the entire world. After the match, a coach offers Ho-young a hot dog as a reward. Ho-young gratefully accepts the snack with a cheerful thank you. The team settles into the Munich training camp dormitory before heading out to see the city. A group of supportive parents fuss over their children, offering them more food and snacks. Ho-young gratefully accepts food offered by a group of smiling locals. As they offer him more snacks, he smugly thinks they're trying to gain his favor early. He happily eats a hot dog, finally feeling like he's really in Germany. Looking around the quaint toy town, he reflects on how busy he's been. A teammate asks Ho-young what his plans are while the others go to the museum. He politely declines, saying he's tired, but secretly plans to talk with Coach Chaebum-kun. A young man with curly brown hair names his two role models, Gabriel Batistuta and Chaebum-kun. Nearby, a skeptical blonde player named Bastian Schweinsteiger questions if the coach is really that great. The curly-haired man passionately insists Chaebum-kun is a legend whose games he grew up watching. He then excitedly runs off to meet the coach, leaving a thoughtful Schweinsteiger behind. The young man runs toward a building, trying to find Dormitory D. He approaches two figures who look just like Ho-young, wondering who else is there. He calls out a friendly hey, causing Ho-young to turn in surprise. Ho-young looks back over his shoulder, a silent thought bubble above his head. The young man stands over a stunned Ho-young, who looks up in shock. As the man smiles down, Ho-young realizes, in disbelief, that it's Gabriel Batistuta. Ho-young is starstruck, completely shocked to see such a famous player right in front of him. A system window flashes, displaying Batistuta's long list of incredible talents, leaving Ho-young speechless. He marvels at the sheer number of high-level talents Batistuta possesses. Realizing there are over 30 talents, Ho-young reads the difficult copy conditions and vows not to miss this chance. He decides that, of all the players he's seen, Batistuta is the most desirable target. Batistuta smiles warmly, expressing that it's a real honor to meet him. Coach Cha Bum-kun laughs, returning the sentiment to Batistuta. Sipping his drink, Ho-young notes how excited Batistuta is, despite being a famous player himself. The coach watches them, reflecting that a legend will always be a legend. As Batistuta laughs, Ho-young wonders if he'll be just as starstruck when he meets his own idols. A young boy asks Ho-young for his autograph, which he happily gives. Ho-young resolves to develop his own skills by acquiring more talents, eyeing Batistuta's list. He targets the midfield commander talent but notes the age restriction is a problem. Sitting beside his coach, he reaffirms his determination to get the T-grade talent. He then considers the midfield commander's versatility talent, acknowledging its power. However, he sees the incredibly difficult conditions required to obtain it. Comparing it to Do-rims, he realizes this U-grade talent is on another level of difficulty. A fiery aura surrounds Ho-young as he declares he won't give up without trying. Coach Che introduces Ho-young to Batistuta, praising his recent victory and Golden Ball award. Batistuta extends a hand, warmly saying it's nice to meet him. With a radiant smile, Ho-young eagerly shakes the legendary player's hand. The coach's sudden laughter leaves Ho-young confused, asking what he means. Coach Shaw cryptically explains that there's no such thing as a free lunch. He clarifies that he'll reveal his meaning if Ho-young wins the game against Munich. Batistuta watches with a knowing smirk. K-thunk. A soccer ball slams powerfully into the back of the net. A player named Finchin celebrates, having scored the game's first goal. Looking at the scoreboard, a teammate marvels at the goal scored just 2 minutes in. On the field, Ho-young reminds himself they definitely need to score 5 goals. He analyzes the opposing team, realizing their formidable attack requires an unconventional strategy. The reason for their strength is revealed: the team has Thomas Muller. A system window details Muller's incredible talents and World Cup achievements. The conditions for copying Thomas Muller's talents flash on the screen. Muller is noted for his tall stature and solid technique as he powerfully strikes the ball. Muller's unparalleled off-the-ball movement is highlighted as he evades defenders. Ho-young realizes this is a golden opportunity to copy both Balak's and Muller's talents. He unleashes a powerful shot toward the goal. The opposing goalkeeper is stunned as the ball flies right past his outstretched hand. Now surrounded by defenders, Ho-young is confused by the sudden pressure. His next shot misses completely, sailing high over the crossbar. Panicked, he wonders why he can't focus, suspecting Miller's play is distracting him. The opponent easily dribbles the ball past the distracted Ho-young. His opponents pass the ball effortlessly around his team's defense. The ball smashes into the back of the net, scoring another goal for the opposition. Ho-young and his teammates look on in utter disbelief. Sweating and overwhelmed, he tries to process what just happened. He reflects that this is the first time he has been so completely defeated in a striker match. Standing alone on the field, he lets out a heavy sigh of disappointment. Back at the dormitory, he silently picks at his food, lost in thought. A concerned teammate calls out to Ho-young, asking why he's barely eating at the buffet. His teammates gather to cheer him up, telling him it was just a bad day. Alone again, he questions his terrible performance, trying to pinpoint the problem. A teammate approaches, telling him the coach wants to see him. He seems to brighten up slightly, remembering an event starting next week. The team buzzes with excitement, realizing their first opponent offers a fateful rematch. One teammate declares he's on fire and ready for special training to get their revenge. With renewed determination, the team rallies together, vowing to defeat Munich. Surrounded by a fierce blue aura, Ho-young knows this is his last chance to score 4 goals and copy Balak's talent. Early the next day, the team begins a special training regimen. They start their practice by focusing on the fundamentals. The training centers on set pieces, including corner kicks, free kicks, and penalties. An overhead view shows the players practicing long, strategic passes. Ho-young runs drills tirelessly, breathing hard from the exertion. Observing from the sidelines, a coach praises Ho-young's solid fundamentals and diligent attitude. The head coach watches him with a thoughtful, silent expression. The coach calls out, getting Ho-young's attention from across the field. As Ho-young runs over, The coach immediately notes that he seems disturbed. He gently asks if Ho-young is having trouble with his game. Looking down, Ho-young quietly confirms that he is. He admits his mind feels overwhelmed, and his body won't respond properly. The coach correctly diagnoses his problem, and Ho-young agrees with surprise. The coach thoughtfully considers Ho-young's predicament. He offers his diagnosis. Ho-young is simply thinking too much. Now, sitting in the stands watching a game, the coach asks Ho-young for his thoughts on Munich's performance. Ho-young watches the match with quiet, intense concentration. He recalls how Hamburg's team, despite their talent, fell to Munich's overwhelming might. The passionate cheers from the Munich home fans added to the pressure. Ho-young explains that Hamburg seemed unable to execute their plays, as if they were being dragged around. The coach listens intently to his astute analysis. He advises Ho-young to clear his mind, as overthinking and anxiety cause the body to stiffen. A look of sudden understanding crosses Ho-young's face. He realizes he was too focused on his rival, anxious about scoring more goals than him. The suffocating pressure of needing to score 5 goals had crippled his performance. As they watch the field, the coach imparts his final, simple advice: just play football. The coach wisely states that football is a fight against anxiety, and only football can overcome it. He warns Ho-young not to become complacent, advising a pure heart, cool head, and fierce body. The coach then lets out a hearty laugh. Ho-young exhales, taking his coach's profound advice to heart. 1 week later, on January 9th, 2004, the team emerges for the opening game of the youth tournament. Dressed in their green uniforms, Ho-young and his teammates walk with quiet determination. Surrounded by a calm blue aura, Ho-young closes his eyes, centering himself. The coach tells Ho-young that while he hasn't mastered the new mindset yet, he can see it's having an effect. Fired up, Ho-young pumps his fists and yells, "Let's go." 2 opposing players take notice, with one recognizing Ho-young as the player who scored against them before. Another opponent watches them pass, noting Ho-young's strong determination and calling him a cute kid. The 2 teams line up on the field, facing each other before the match begins. The game starts as a blonde teammate receives a pass. Whoosh! He sends a long strategic pass across the field. Boom! A player wearing number 8 powerfully volleys the ball forward. Ho-young sprints down the field, ready for the next play. A player on the opposing team yells for Daniel to stick close and stay on guard. Ho-young glances back at the defender hot on his heels, eyeing the incoming ball. He thinks that despite being shorter, he won't lose a header. He knows it's all about timing and direction, and focuses on getting to the right spot first. He shoves back against the defender, fighting for position. A system window flashes, indicating the activation of Strong Physique B. With a burst of strength, he successfully boxes out his opponent. He leaps high into the air, timing his jump perfectly. He heads the ball perfectly to his teammate, calling out to Hyungjun. The number 9 player, Hyungjun, traps the pass cleanly. Boom! He immediately takes a powerful shot toward the goal. The ball blurs between 2 players, one from each team, who seem to phase through each other. The opposing team watches in shock, one player yelling, "Oh no." A defender is stunned by Ho-young's speed. Realizing he can't keep up, Ho-young unleashes a blazing kick, sending the ball flying. Clang! The ball ricochets off the goalpost. His opponents are in disbelief, one shouting that he scored the opening goal in under 30 seconds. Ho-young throws his arm in the air with a triumphant woohoo. He and Hyungjun give each other a thumbs up for the nice pass. Ho-young rallies his team, yelling for them to get back into position. A narration explains that after 30 minutes, the score was tied when an opponent named Wheeler scored. Ho-young marks the number 10 player tightly, staying right on him. The opposing player feels Ho-young's defense is like running into a deeply rooted tree. He sweats, wondering how Ho-young became so much stronger in just 1 week. In disbelief, he questions how Ho-young can be both a goal scorer and a playmaker. He compares Ho-young to a monster player, an image of a formidable blonde player flashing in his mind. He admits that whenever Ho-young has the ball, he feels like something is about to happen. The player steals his resolve, thinking they need to press Ho-young and stop him from controlling the game. 3 of his teammates form a tight defensive line, ready to stop Ho-young. They converge on Ho-young, completely surrounding him. Their teammate yells orders to stop him at all costs, promising cover from behind. Another teammate shouts for them to stick even closer as Ho-young begins to dribble. With a powerful motion, Ho-young prepares to kick the ball. He deftly kicks the ball right between a defender's legs. The foul leaves Ho-young staggering on the field. He clutches his leg, wincing in pain. His concerned teammate rushes over, yelling, "Ho Young, are you okay?" Shaking it off, Ho Young reassures his teammate that he's fine now. With a blue aura, he declares they can't miss this free kick opportunity. His teammate worriedly suggests a set play might be safer. Ho Young stands over the ball, eyeing the goal. He calculates the 24-meter distance, considering his options. Deciding to take the shot himself, he takes a calming breath. He knows the keeper is strong, so they'll expect a standard play. Remembering his bitter defeat, he resolves to target the opponent's strength. A player card introduces the formidable goalkeeper, Fer Lindemann. Ho Young believes the shot's trajectory, while fast, will be simple. As the ball flies, he thinks it's threatening but easily blocked. The goalkeeper predicts Ho Young will aim for the open space on the left. Ho Young begins his short run up to the ball. The goalkeeper anticipates a cross, calculating the 5-step distance. Now Ho Young rushes forward to take his shot. With a powerful swing, he unleashes the kick. The goalkeeper dives, thinking, here it comes. The ball soars high into the top corner of the net. The keeper is stunned by the shot's unexpected speed. A new technique is revealed, the laces drive. Ho Young's clever play wins the psychological battle. He pumps his fists in triumph after scoring. His teammates swarm him, celebrating their 1-goal lead. Steeling himself, Ho Young thinks he just needs one more goal. He recalls his coach's advice to truly play football. After Munich scores, tying the game at 2-2, another opportunity arises. A blonde teammate sends a cross, yelling Ho Young's name. Ho Young dives forward, heading the ball past the keeper. It's a hat trick for Ho Young, giving them a 3-2 lead. Believing they can win, Ho Young and his team charge forward. An opponent sprints past a pursuing teammate. The opposing team executes a long, strategic pass. The opponent receives the pass, facing off against Hyungjun. Hyungjun executes a perfect slide tackle, stealing the ball. Munich's number 10 player scores, tying the game again. An exhausted teammate realizes the tied score means extra time. An opposing player collapses, admitting he can't run anymore. Though exhausted himself, Ho Young knows he must keep going. He finds new strength, thinking positively about the final push. Ho Young rallies his tired teammates for a final defensive stand. From the sidelines, the coach believes an attack would be insane. The opponents see an opportunity, declaring this is what they hoped for. Munich's number 10 player dribbles the ball on a breakaway. Now in a penalty shootout, Hyungjun recalls Munich's first successful goal. Seork Hyungjun, the first kicker, vows to score. Boom. He kicks the ball as the keeper dives. Goal, the ball hits the back of the net. Nice. Boom. A Munich player takes a shot, putting them ahead 2-1. A blonde teammate blocks the next shot, tying the score again. The ball sails past the diving keeper, putting Munich back in the lead. Another goal is scored as the announcer notes the relentless back and forth. A shot from Ho Young's team finds the back of the net. Whack! The final Munich player takes his shot, but misses the goal completely. The announcer declares that the last kicker for Dream Tree is Ho Young. Surrounded by a powerful aura, Ho Young prepares for the final kick. Wham! He unleashes a blazing shot towards the goal. The ball rockets into the corner of the net. Unstoppable. His teammates watch in stunned silence, realizing he just scored. Wow! Ho Young celebrates with his team, shouting that they beat Munich. Phew! An exhausted Ho Young collapses onto the field, whispering, "We won." Lying on the grass, he stares up, catching his breath. The opposing player from before stands over him. Recognizing him, the player extends a hand to help him up. They shake hands, with the opponent acknowledging it as a draw. As he walks, Ho Young realizes he only scored 4 goals, just missing the condition, but feels no complaints. He reviews his new spatial penetration talent, noting it's his first time getting one so high-ranked. Realizing he now has the qualities of a breakthrough striker, he vows to make his talents even sharper. An epilogue reveals that the exhausted Dream Tree team lost their next match 2-1. Though they were evenly matched, their accumulated fatigue from the Munich game proved too much. Having achieved great results, the team rested for the remaining 3 days of the tournament. The coach calls Ho Young over, saying there's someone he wants to introduce him to. He reminds Ho Young of a promise someone made if he won against Munich. A man in a white tracksuit jokes that Ho Young could be like him, to which Ho Young cheekily retorts, "Be runners-up a lot?" The man recalls Ho Young, asking him how to be good at football. He explains that he visualizes the entire field, controlling it from any position. The key, he says, is reading the movements of every player and the flow of the game. Inspired, Ho-young eagerly thanks him and promises to do his best. Suddenly, a bright light emanates from the man, shocking Ho-young. He stares wide-eyed in disbelief, exclaiming, "No way!" A golden aura surrounds Ho-young as his eyes reflect the light. A system window appears, offering him a list of talents to acquire, and he realizes he gets to choose one. He recalls the condition was 5 goals and wonders how this is possible. The image of his final, decisive kick flashes in his mind. He wonders if his penalty shootout goal was counted toward the total. That means he clenches his fists in excitement, realizing he can get a U-level talent. Deciding he wants to lead the game, not just score, he reviews his options. He chooses midfield commander's versatility U, determined to make good use of it. Gratefully, Ho-young thanks the man for his advice. Beaming with joy, Ho-young confirms that the advice most definitely helped. Man laughs, happy to have been of assistance. Ho-young diligently takes notes, savoring a perfect last night in Germany. A bright-eyed blonde girl appears with a happy expression. A caption reveals her name, Monica, as she smiles radiantly. Ho-young thinks about how mature Monica has become and how her talents have grown. A system window displays Monica's various talents and the conditions required to copy one. Monica leans in close, staring directly into Ho-young's eyes. She measures their height difference, asking if he's gotten taller, while he notices she seems upset. Monica worries that she won't be able to pat his head if he keeps getting taller. Ho-young cheekily asks if he can stroke her head instead. Flustered and surprised, Monica can only say, "Huh." She shyly agrees, and Ho-young celebrates his little victory. While balancing school and football, Ho-young received some good news. A powerful ability activates on the field. A system window announces that midfield commander's versatility has been acquired and will take up to 60 days to unlock. Thinking of the man who helped him, Ho-young gratefully acknowledges that Michael Ballack never disappoints. Back in training, Ho-young juggles the ball with intense focus. He unleashes a powerful shot toward the goal. Looking at his stats, he realizes his talent growth is accelerating thanks to his football genius trait. He notes that 3 of his physical talents, speed, physique, and muscles, are all growing in synergy with one another. He understands that as his body strengthens, his muscles get firmer, which in turn makes his legs faster. Confident in his rapid growth, he believes the U13 League will be a piece of cake. His coach interrupts his thoughts, summoning him for a physical measurement test tomorrow. Realizing it's a medical test, Ho-young looks on with curiosity. He spots his teammate Douglas waiting nearby. He also sees Casemiro in the waiting area. He muses that since they're older, they need to pass the benchmark to advance to the U15 team. The team stands together, ready for the medical test that will decide their futures. This is their big opportunity to leap from the U13 to the U15 League at a young age. Knowing it will be difficult, he steels his resolve and vows to give it his all. A woman with dark hair stands amidst swirling flames. The narration explains there were additional tests this time, as Ho-young competes in a sprint. Ho-young dashes past the finish line, breaking the 4-second barrier with a time of 3.97 seconds. The coach is stunned, realizing Ho-young's speed is comparable to famous athletes and even faster than most adults. He proudly announces that Ho-young passed with flying colors and should be able to play about 31 games this season. Ho-young and his teammates celebrate on the field, his hard work having clearly paid off. Blushing with pride, Ho-young reviews his medical test results. He's thrilled to see he's grown 7 centimeters in just 4 months and hopes to surpass 170 centimeters next year. He wonders if he'll grow even taller than before his regression, maybe enough to be a model. The coach interrupts him with shocking news. He'll be training at the main facility from now on. Overjoyed and excited, Ho-young realizes this is the big break he's been waiting for. He reflects on this new outlook on football, knowing he must adapt to the U15 League style. Though a little nervous, he's mostly excited and full of belief in himself. The narration explains that moving up to U15 means adapting to a whole new play style. Ho-young eagerly states his goal to play at least 31 games, which the medical team confirmed is possible. The coach smiles, reassuring him that the club will provide its full support for his development. The coach then asks if he's considered future transfers, noting scouts will surely come if he performs well. With a look of determination, Ho-young states he wants to focus on the present. A woman in a business suit with glasses welcomes Ho-young back. A caption introduces her as TSN manager Bianca. Bianca remarks that he's changed a lot. prompting a surprised Ho-young to ask if that's true. She clarifies that he's grown not just in height, but as a player as well. She confirms he is guaranteed 31 games, as the team doesn't want to lose a player like him. As proof of his increased value, Bianca reveals that his contract's buyout amount has also gone up. Stunned, Ho-young reads the document and sees his buyout clause is now 1 billion. Bianca smiles, confirming that this is Ho-young's value now. Ho-young looks ahead, contemplating another busy day without a moment to rest. In a country so passionate about soccer, the match schedule is relentless, often reaching 70 to 80 games a season. The intense schedule means starting players can get tired quickly. Ho-young believes this pressure only fuels the player's passion for the game. He arrives at the U15 practice, taking in the new team atmosphere. Gulp. He immediately notices the atmosphere is different and much more intense. He realizes the other players are sizing him up, with a blonde teammate eyeing him suspiciously. The competition for a starting spot is unavoidable, a major opportunity for players to get scouted. As a player on loan, he realizes he'll be the #1 target for everyone to watch. He spots his old teammates, Casemiro and Douglas, and gives a small wave. He smiles, deciding he just needs to show his skills to earn their recognition. As he walks past a group of players, he feels a powerful gaze on him. A hooded player with glowing red eyes sits surrounded by a menacing aura. The hooded player glares, challenging him by asking, "What are you looking at?" Without another word, the intimidating player brushes past him and walks away. An intense rivalry forms between them in an instant. He's identified as one of Brazil's top 3 prospects, a player who made a mark in the PEL tournament. Ho-young realizes he's facing the new U15 ace who just transferred to Sao Paulo. Watching the ace walk away, Ho-young admits he has a bad feeling about this. The coach addresses the team, announcing they will focus on teamwork training with the new players. He explains they'll be split into 2 teams and switch players to sync up with everyone. Ho-young is placed on Team A, wearing a green #7 jersey. The ace is on Team B, setting up an immediate confrontation on the field. The match starts, and Ho-young immediately dashes forward, stunning his opponents. What was that an opponent shouts, shocked as Ho-young flies past him. A blonde player from the opposing team yells for his teammates to block the sudden attack. He unleashes a powerful kick, sending the ball rocketing into the net. Ho-young smiles, celebrating the wonderful goal that completely dominated the pitch. The opposing team is stunned, comparing his unbelievable speed to a wild horse. The ace watches, annoyed by what he calls mere showmanship. The coach is impressed, remarking to his assistant that Ho-young is really something else. The ace is introduced as Rosca, one of Brazil's top 3 prospects and a shadow striker. Rosca is also described as having exceptional soccer intelligence, able to lead the game effectively. Rosca's teammate calls for the ball, determined to catch up with Ho-young. The ball is passed perfectly across the field to Rosca. Rosca receives the pass, now running neck and neck with Ho-young. Side by side, Rosca is visibly shocked by Ho-young's presence, thinking, "This guy." He feels Ho-young's intense pressure, realizing he'll be tackled if he holds the ball any longer. Under pressure, Ho-young bumps him, disrupting his balance. Forced off balance, Rosca passes the ball to a teammate who shouts, "Niswan." Rosca looks back in frustration, cursing his mistake. He's stunned that the smaller Ho-young has such ridiculous physicality, disrupting his attack. Rosca analyzes the previous play, wondering if Ho-young deliberately created space to lure them into a counterattack. His eyes narrow with focus as he continues to analyze the game. Ho-young is on the move again, with Rosca giving chase. The scene shifts to a white-haired woman in a beautiful gown, surrounded by glowing blue crystals. Back on the field, Rosca grits his teeth, cursing his frustration. His teammates remark on Ho-young's overwhelming speed and his flawless passing. He's further praised for his stable ball distribution and solid defensive skills. As if that weren't enough, he's also skilled at heading, leaving them unable to get the ball. Ho-young smiles confidently as his opponents wonder if there's anything he can't do. Rosca tries to calm himself, reasoning that football is a team game and maybe his team's synergy was just off. Rosca notes with surprise that he and Ho-young are on the same team. Annoyed that Ho-young has the coach's attention, Rosca resolves to steal the spotlight. Sizzle. A blue aura surrounds Ho-young as his eyes glow, activating an ability. A system window materializes, displaying Rosca's stats for Ho-young to see. The window details Roska's talents and the 4 difficult conditions required to copy one. Ho Young analyzes the data, noting Roska is inconsistent and weak in physicality and endurance. He concludes that Roska's exceptional judgment skills compensate for his flaws, but his mood swings are a major weakness, making him a top-notch but volatile talent. Facing off, Ho Young smirks, anticipating an interesting match. The game starts with Roska sending a powerful pass downfield. Roska sprints forward, surprised by the unfolding play. He watches in awe as Ho Young, glowing with energy, easily bypasses several players. Ho Young dashes across the field with incredible speed and focus. Confused by Ho Young's positioning, Roska wonders what he's planning. Deciding to trust his own instincts, Roska passes the ball elsewhere. Crack. The pass is immediately intercepted by an opponent. Roska curses his decision as the other player takes control of the ball. Seeing Ho Young now wide open, Roska wonders if he should have passed to him instead. He questions if Ho Young's open position was just a coincidence or a deliberate play. Roska continues his pursuit of the ball. A teammate passes to Roska, who prepares to move. A skill activates for Ho Young, gaping space penetration. An opponent shouts a warning about a new opening on the left side. Exploiting the new gap, Ho Young bursts forward with a surge of speed. Finding the perfect spot, Ho Young yells for the pass. Roska is stunned by the sudden, perfect opportunity. Realizing this path leads straight to a goal, Roska makes a swift pass. The ball soars across the field in a perfect arc, heading directly for Ho Young. "Shit," Roska mutters, shocked by how flawlessly the play is working. The ball lands perfectly for Ho Young, just outside the goal box. With a sharp cry, Ho Young prepares for the shot. The goalkeeper stands ready as the ball floats toward him. Ho Young leaps into the air, twisting his body for a powerful volley. Wham! He connects with the ball, sending it rocketing toward the net. The ball smashes into the back of the net, scoring a decisive goal. On the sidelines, 2 opposing players comment that the unbelievable rookie is quite good. The coach smirks proudly while his assistant shouts, "Whoa." Roska can't believe his eyes, wondering if Ho Young is even faster than the famous Pato. The narration confirms Ho Young possesses all the skills needed to break through as he celebrates with his teammates. Ho Young gives a confident smile, having proven his impressive skills. Ho Young cheerfully waves to his teammate Roska. Giving a thumbs up, Ho Young exclaims, "Nice!" But Roska remains silent and tense. Roska watches Ho Young jog away, a single thought forming in his mind. He concludes that Ho Young is a monster, imagining a demonic winged figure behind him. A menacing warrior in a jagged mask drags a massive sword. A teammate passes the ball, shouting for Ho Young to catch it. Praising the nice pass, Ho Young sprints forward with the ball. The assistant coach observes that Ho Young and Roska are leading Team A's charge. He continues, surprised to see that the typically individualistic Roska is actually coordinating with another player. Ho Young watches the opposing players, declaring that the game is over. Catching his breath, Ho Young is satisfied, knowing they played hard until the very end. Exhausted, Ho Young reflects on his 2-goal, 2-assist performance. As Ho Young rests on the field, a teammate approaches. Surprised, Ho Young looks up at his rival, Roska. Roska extends a hand, offering to help him up. Ho Young smiles, moved by his rival's sportsmanship. They shake hands, a silent acknowledgement of their new partnership. Ho Young expresses his excitement about playing together. After joining, the days become a whirlwind of intense training. During U15 practices, he prioritizes adapting to the team style. He remembers Coach Carlo's advice to integrate his skills with the league's style. By focusing on specific talents, he achieves significant skill improvements. With newfound confidence, he declares himself ready for what's next. In the locker room, the league's landscape is laid out. 20 teams with CR Plague as the champion. He also notes that Santos FC, Neymar's team, is gaining attention. Their first match is against the mid-ranked Gremio U15 team, an ideal first opponent. Ho Young and Roska share a look of mutual understanding before the game. The coach details their 4-3-1-2 formation, emphasizing midfield control. He gives a final word of encouragement to Ho Young and Roska. Ho Young enthusiastically rallies his team, determined to give it their all. They shake hands once more, cementing their pre-game alliance. On the field, Ho Young feels it's the perfect day for his debut match. An opposing player considers his strategy, wondering about tricky opponents on Ho Young's team. Ho-young assesses the other team, noting the absence of their ace, Luhan. A profile reveals Gremio's key player, Luan Vieira, is out with an injury. He scans for talents, finding only a mediocre stylish volley kick. A system window reveals player Henrique Eduardo's talents in simple copy conditions. Rosca smirks, radiating confidence against a backdrop of fire. Ho-young is equally confident, anticipating a great debut match. The match begins with an explosive kickoff. Fending off a defender, Ho-young calls for a pass back. A long pass soars across the field to an open teammate. Their training pays off as they dominate the first 5 minutes of the game. Wham! A blonde teammate sends a powerful shot downfield. Another player intercepts, redirecting the ball with a swift kick. An opponent is caught off guard by the sudden play. He sprints after the ball as his teammate yells encouragement. Ho-young analyzes the opponent's fast counterattack, noting its reliance on precision. Thrilled by the challenge, Ho-young relishes the high-level U15 gameplay. Rosca engages in a tense one-on-one confrontation with an opponent. Rosca's face contorts with visible frustration. The team captain shouts for Rosca to pull back and not engage. He's identified as Frenu, the captain of the São Paulo U15 team. Frenu observes their struggle to score, but tells himself to stay calm. He reflects on the immense pressure he'd normally feel in an opening match. But things are different now, as Ho-young blazes across the field with the ball. A promotional page for the series is displayed. Frenu's profile highlights his role as captain and his excellent football sense. Frenu plans to use long balls, trusting Ho-young's reliable heading skills up front. After only a month, Frenu recognizes Ho-young as a monster capable of carrying the team. With Ho-young on their side, Frenu believes they can aim for the championship. A player in green dives, executing a low pass. An opponent watches, wondering how the midfielders will attack. Rosca receives a pass and dribbles downfield. He sprints forward, keeping the ball close. The opposing player watches Rosca's advance intently, with intense focus. Rosca's eyes narrow in concentration. He spots a glowing Ho-young creating an opening. Ho-young confidently calls for a pass to the right. An opponent hesitates, thinking the space is too tight for a pass. Deciding to trust his teammate, Ho-young smiles with anticipation. Rosca sends a powerful pass, yelling Ho-young's name. Surprised, Ho-young receives the ball perfectly. In a flash of light, Ho-young slips past two defenders. The defenders are left stunned by his sudden burst of speed. His teammates erupt in cheers, shouting for him to go. Ho-young charges toward the goal, facing the keeper alone. He winds up, preparing to take a powerful shot. Bam! His cleat connects solidly with the ball. With unwavering confidence, Ho-young knows it's a goal. The ball blasts past the outstretched hands of the goalkeeper. The ball smashes into the back of the net. Ho-young watches his perfect shot find its mark. The crowd in the stands cheers in excitement. Overjoyed, Ho-young celebrates his goal with a triumphant shout. His teammates celebrate wildly, amazed he scored the opener. Two opponents are in disbelief over his incredible speed and 30-meter shot. Ho-young is thrilled, realizing his skills dominate the U15 league. Frenu, the team captain, watches Ho-young approach. Wow! A beaming Ho-young runs up to celebrate with his captain. Frenu's powerful mid-range shot. Another window reveals an upgraded skill. A powerful mid-range shot that penetrates the gap. Stunned by the unprecedented talent growth, Ho-young gasps in shock. He beams with excitement, celebrating his first ever rank up. Looking at his full talent list, he wonders if his other C-grade skills will also rank up. His face lights up with pure, unadulterated joy. The opposing captain scolds a teammate for allowing the shot. He reminds his team to remember their practice drills. Two players acknowledge their captain's orders. The opposing captain surveys the field, preparing his team. He shouts orders, telling the team to push forward and Eduardo to receive the ball. The captain notes that Ho-young's specialty is mid-range shots. Ho-young smiles, ready for whatever they throw at him. He remains confident, knowing they still failed to stop him. The opposing captain watches Ho-young, thinking he's having too much fun. The opponents resolve to use their signature swamp football to stop him. They commit to their boring but effective strategy to win. Ho-young and the opposing captain face off in a radiant display. Seeing two defenders on him, Ho-young realizes they're being double-marked with Rosca. A defender tightly marks Rosca, preventing him from moving. Gritting his teeth, Rosca declares the tight marking is annoying. The opposing captain thinks that without a goal, Ho-young and Raska's skills are meaningless. Declaring they must seize the momentum, he kicks the ball forward. A blue-haired teammate yells, "Over here," calling for a pass. He slides in, kicking the ball away from the opposing captain. He shouts praise for Ho-young, having successfully made the pass. The soccer ball soars across the green field. Ho-young receives the ball and sprints down the sideline. With a powerful kick, he sends a long pass across the field. The opposing team reacts, shouting orders to mark him. Ho-young dribbles quickly as an opponent gives chase. He is confronted by the opposing team's captain. The captain challenges him, vowing to block him with a teammate. Wham! Two defenders violently sandwich Ho-young to stop his advance. The ball is knocked loose as the players are thrown off balance. Ho-young's teammates observe the opponent's intense marking, leaving him no room to breathe. The referee issues a yellow card to the opposing captain, who quietly accepts. The captain reflects that the yellow card was worth it to stop their play. Standing beside Ho-young, the captain thinks about their set plays, confident that positioning wins aerial battles. Ugh! The captain elbows Ho-young in the jaw during the jump. He grabs Ho-young's arm, trying to hold him back. Gritting his teeth, the captain is shocked by Ho-young's strength, but refuses to lose to someone smaller. Another player sends a high kick toward the goal. The captain shoves his hand into Ho-young's stomach, pushing him away. Annoyed at being pushed back, the captain looks up at the soaring ball. He resolves that he must at least disrupt the heading attempt. Leaping high, Ho-young connects with the ball, heading it straight for the net. The ball bounces neatly into the goal. The announcer confirms Sao Paulo's second goal, again from Ho-young, who celebrates triumphantly. His teammates swarm him, shouting praises for the perfect pass and shot. The opposing captain stares in disbelief, frustrated by Ho-young's speed, strength, and heading skill. He angrily questions why the world is so unfair. A coach in a green tracksuit reflects on Ho-young's first heading goal in Brazil, amazed by his incredible talent. As Ho-young heads the ball, the narration wonders how his skills improved so drastically. A thought bubble explains that the famous Romario could also score headers despite his short stature due to unique talent. A flashback shows a player in a yellow Brazil jersey, embodying Romario's skill. The coach wonders if Ho-young possesses a similar devilish talent as a winged demon appears behind him. He dismisses the idea, concluding his expectations were too high. A man in a suit tells the coach they need to prepare a reward for Ho-young. In the locker room, Grêmio's coach, Arvalho, calls the situation serious. He laments that stopping Raska was already difficult, and now Ho-young is playing incredibly well. He announces a new strategy, increasing defenders and switching to man-to-man defense. Coach Arvalho orders a player named Alexander to stick to Ho-young like glue, and he agrees. A soccer ball flies across the field, signaling the start of the next play. Alexander and Coach Arvalho are both stunned by an unexpected development. Ho-young moves to midfield while Raska drops back. A new player, Douglas, enters the game. Grêmio's players are thrown into total confusion by the sudden tactical shift. Taking advantage of the chaos, Ho-young penetrates their defense with the ball. Alexander chases after Ho-young, trying to execute his man-marking assignment. Gritting his teeth, Alexander struggles to keep up with Ho-young's pace. Wham! Sao Paulo player scores another goal. The blue-haired player celebrates with a triumphant woohoo. The opposing captain stares in disbelief, wondering if talent makes such a huge difference. With the score at 6-0, the team mobs their star player in celebration. Fist-bumping a teammate, the blue-haired player can't believe he scored a hat-trick in his debut. Surrounded by glowing skill windows, he reviews his impressive stats. He thinks he might be able to copy Raska's talent soon, as Raska looks on in surprise. In the locker room, his teammates are still in shock over their 6-0 victory. A man in a suit smiles, extending a hand to the team. The players are stunned to see Director Victor in person, nervously wondering if they should approach him. The blue-haired player confidently walks up and greets the director. Two teammates watch in shock, amazed by his casual confidence. Director Victor greets him as Ho-young, joking that it's an honor to be recognized. Ho-young notes the director's informal style and wonders about his reward as his teammates consider talking to him too. The director asks the team if they've ever wanted to visit the famous Morumbi Stadium. A teammate excitedly raises his hand, shouting that it's the stage of their dreams. Please, the director holds up a ticket, telling them they'll meet at Morumbi tomorrow. The entire team erupts in cheers, thanking him for the awesome opportunity. A coach in a green tracksuit watches them go with a dismissive wave. A reporter announces an interview with Ho-young following his debut hat trick. Facing the microphone, a beaming Ho-young politely introduces himself for his first interview in Brazil. The reporter calls the moment historic and asks Ho-young how he feels. Overjoyed, Ho-young simply laughs and says he feels great. The reporter asks if his powerful first goal through a narrow gap was intentional. Ho-young confidently confirms it, stating he trusted his speed and took the shot when he saw the opening. The reporter, impressed, asks why he ran straight to Coach Carlo after scoring. Ho-young credits the coach for giving him the chance to score, but the reporter asks if it was just individual effort. Smiling, Ho-young clarifies that the goal was the result of their teamwork over the past month. From the sidelines, Coach Carlo and another man listen, with the coach looking proud. The reporter is deeply impressed by Ho-young's skill, fluency, and humble attitude. In a different scene, two boys head out, leaving a blonde girl eating alone. The blonde girl thinks about everyone going to the football match, wishing she could go too. The two boys return to taunt the girl, Monica, for being a loner who can't afford a ticket. After they run off, she mutters, "Idiots," under her breath. She looks down, trying to convince herself she doesn't care about the match. Ho-young appears before her, holding a ticket and asking if she wants to go with him. At the stadium entrance, a teammate expresses his excitement, while Ho-young says it's his first time seeing a match in person. Monica thanks Ho-young, who explains it's a gesture of gratitude for her help with his Portuguese lessons. Ho-young recalls asking another girl, Maria, who had to decline because of church. The two bullies spot them, pointing and calling Monica an outcast. Ignoring them, Monica grabs Ho-young's hand to hurry him along before the match starts. Ho-young gives the bullies a stern look over his shoulder. Monica looks back at him, blushing and surprised by his action. As she pulls him through the crowd, she asks where they're going. Ho-young reveals their tickets aren't for the general sideline or VIP sections. Confused, Monica asks where they are sitting then. They arrive at a breathtaking view high above the stadium, leaving her speechless. She excitedly realizes they're in the exclusive Sky Lounge. As she runs off to get snacks, Ho-young checks the time, noting 20 minutes until kickoff. Looking around the crowded lounge, he wonders where the coach and director are. He spots them, thinking he's found the coach and director, but pauses. He wonders who the unfamiliar person with them is, seeing an older man with white hair. Approaching them, Ho-young wonders who the stranger is and calls out a greeting. The man is revealed to be the renowned Coach Ancelotti, standing before an Italian flag. Surprised, Ancelotti wonders how an international student would recognize him. Ho-young looks on with a calm and confident expression. Impressed, Ancelotti compliments Ho-young on his sharp gaze. Thwack! The scene shifts to the soccer match as a player kicks the ball. A player named Ricardo Kaká is praised for his incredible skill on the field. Watching from the lounge, Coach Ancelotti notes Kaká's talent is worthy of AC Milan, hoping he doesn't get injured before the transfer. A man in a suit assures Ancelotti that they will carefully manage Kaká's condition after the match. Ancelotti muses on the sheer number of remarkable Brazilian players, enough to warrant a special FIFA clause. The narration reveals that Kaká's trainer is none other than their own coach Carlo. The man in the suit asks Carlo about other promising players he might be training. Sipping his drink, Coach Carlo hints that they've already met his next top prospect. Ancelotti looks toward Ho-young in surprise, asking if he means the Asian boy. Coach Carlo smiles, telling him he'll see the boy again soon on television. The roar of the crowd momentarily startles Ho-young as he watches the game. On the field, Kaká deftly dribbles the ball past his opponents. Ricardo Kaká focuses intently as he maneuvers down the field. Watching Kaká play, Ho-young is awestruck, realizing this is what a complete playmaker looks like. The narration describes Kaká as an all-around player who dominates and leads the attack with his sprinting. Ho-young eagerly wonders when he'll be able to copy Kaká's talent, knowing he has a long way to go. He's surprised as someone unexpectedly puts a snack in his mouth. It's Monica, who scolds him for not paying attention while eating. She playfully calls him a football idiot and asks if he's also a fan of Kaká. Ho-young beams, declaring his dream is to become a great player, just like his idol. Growing pensive, he admits he still needs to improve and is amazed by the player's stamina in a live match. Ho-young sits quietly in the stands, deep in thought. Coach Ancelotti observes Ho-young, thoughtfully wondering if the boy is truly Sao Paulo's next star. Though skeptical, Ancelotti trusts Coach Carlo's judgment and decides to notify his scout in Brazil. The scene flashes back to Ho Young's relentless training routine, uninterrupted even by winter. A physical coach warns his players about the importance of self-management during their growth phase. The coach tells Ho Young his weak ligaments could cause his balance and coordination to collapse under pressure. Ho Young realizes with concern that he's at a high risk for injury. The coach elaborates, showing a diagram of the knee and warning that his position makes him prone to tearing his cruciate ligaments. A stark warning flashes. A single bad knee injury could end his career. Determined, Ho Young diligently follows a new regimen of diet, posture correction, and stretching. He contemplates the challenge of having so much talent to develop but so little time, prioritizing balanced growth. In the second round of the National League, Ho Young leads his team to victory with 2 assists. Wham! A teammate fiercely kicks the ball, passing it to Ho Young. Ho Young expertly controls the ball as he sprints past a defender. He and Raska exchange a confident look, their on-field coordination improving daily. Coach Carlo reflects that their focus must shift from the National League to next week's Super Championship. The Super Championship is explained as a prestigious tournament for regional champions with a large prize. Their first opponent is revealed to be a formidable-looking team. The narration identifies them as Fluminense FC, a top-tier team with 29 championship titles. During practice, Coach Carlo calls over Ho Young and Raska. He informs the duo they will begin special training to counter Fluminense's defense. Raska asks if the sudden training means their opponents have exceptionally strong defenders. Coach Carlo explains that Fluminense has a monstrous, versatile player, making their roles crucial. Ho Young asks who the player is, wondering if he might know them. The coach reveals their opponent's star, a curly-haired player known as Carcelo. Both Ho Young and Raska stare in stunned silence. A player's dream is revealed, to become the best football player in the world. Coach Carlo presents a detailed stats report on Carcelo and a team comparison. Reviewing the report, Raska notes Sao Paulo was significantly behind last year. The coach reveals that their U15 team was beaten by Carcelo single-handedly. The narration explains Ho Young was brought in as a solid pillar against such pressure. Coach Carlo details Carcelo's strategy of using speed to press attackers relentlessly. Ho Young formulates a counter-strategy: outrun Carcelo's press while pressing him back. The coach warns them that theory alone won't be enough to defeat this opponent. Looking at his players, Coach Carlo emphasizes that their role is absolutely crucial. The coach singles out Ho Young by name. He sends Raska to the tactical coach, leaving him alone with Ho Young. The coach tells a surprised Ho Young that he will be receiving individual training. Coach Carlo tells Ho Young to meet him at the first team's ground tomorrow for a special introduction. In a park, a man in a tracksuit greets the coach. Coach Carlo warmly greets the man, identified as Ricardo, and asks how he's been. Ricardo confirms his transfer preparations are going smoothly with the club's support. Ricardo admits he can't go a day without kicking a ball. As they walk, the coach asks Ricardo for a favor: to mentor a promising player. The request is simple. He wants Ricardo to become a teacher. Ricardo agrees, recalling that he mentored a player named Douglas last year. He asks who the new mentee is, but the coach decides to keep it a surprise. The coach hints the player is already here as Ho Young practices on the field. They watch Ho Young with smiles, Ricardo noting his punctuality. Ho Young turns and greets them, holding his soccer ball. His eyes widen in utter shock as he recognizes the man with the coach. He realizes he's standing before the legendary player Ricardo Gaga, a star of the grand stage, right before his very eyes. It dawns on Ho Young that his new mentor is the one and only Ricardo Gaga. Dazzling skill windows appear, listing Gaga's incredible talents like lightning dribble. Ho Young is awestruck, realizing Gaga's immense skill even before his prime. The narration praises the Crown Prince of Football for his exceptional playmaking skills. Ho Young realizes that copying such immense talent will come with demanding conditions. A list of conditions to copy Gaga's talents appears, requiring extensive training and achievements. Ricardo Gaga formally introduces himself as Ho Young's mentor for the next 4 weeks. Ho Young enthusiastically introduces himself, determined to seize this once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Just an hour into basic training, Ho Young is already gasping for breath. He wonders how the training can be this hard as he struggles to keep up. Remembering his core principles, Ho Young resolves to push through, knowing he must seize every chance. Panting but resolute, he vows to himself that he can and will make it through. Ricardo Gago advises him not to overdo it on the first day. Ho-young thanks him for the advice, but hesitates with something more to say. With determination, he declares his dream is to become a great player like Gaga. Ricardo Gaga looks surprised for a moment, before breaking into a wide, cheerful smile. He cryptically remarks that he now understands the coach's words, brushing off Ho-young's confusion. Before starting their real training, Ricardo Gaga asks Ho-young a fundamental question about his desired role. Ho-young declares his ambition to lead the game. Ricardo Gaga tells him he possesses the qualities of a playmaker. A montage shows football legends, as the narration reveals Ho-young wants to be a versatile player like Ronaldinho. Gaga challenges him to prove his potential on the training field. The scene abruptly shifts to a long-haired man who envies those with dreams, unable to imagine anyone stronger than himself. Back on the field, Gaga explains the four main qualities of a playmaker: intuition, decisiveness, judgment, and foresight, detailing the position's varied responsibilities. Gaga begins the assessment, instructing Ho-young to receive a pass. Ho-young recognizes the drill as one he often practices with Rosca. The narration explains the cone-filled field requires a wide vision, not just speed. Gaga considers that Ho-young's age and their lack of experience together will make the drill challenging. Gaga instructs Ho-young to focus on the player, not the ball. Deciding to test him immediately, Gaga prepares to make a difficult pass. Whoosh! The ball flies swiftly between the orange cones. Thump! Ho-young sprints forward to intercept the pass. He expertly weaves through the cones with focused determination. Wham! He perfectly traps the ball with his knee. Gaga observes, noting Ho-young's impressive speed and beginning to understand Coach Carlo's decision. The ball soars back toward Gaga. Thump! Gaga effortlessly controls the return pass. Thwack! He immediately kicks the ball back with power. Thump! Ho-young meets the ball mid-stride without breaking pace. Whoosh! He returns the pass in a fluid motion. Thump! Ho-young continues the drill, keeping up with the rapid exchange. After the intense drill, Ho-young leans over, panting and exhausted. Gaga tells him he's done well and should rest, but Ho-young insists he is fine. Gaga firmly tells him to take a 10-minute break. As Ho-young catches his breath, Gaga reflects on his impressive performance, noting his ability to read passes and his strong determination. Gaga sees a younger version of himself in Ho-young, confident his skills will only continue to grow. Ho-young sits up, asking Gaga if he should be resting during his own recovery period. Gaga laughs, asking if he's being worried about and questioning if he's truly only 12 years old. He imparts some wisdom, stating that diligence is essential for tackling great challenges. Gaga stands with a radiant, inspiring presence. Ho-young looks on, his eyes sparkling with awe and admiration. Re-energized by his mentor's words, Ho-young leaps to his feet, ready for more. Pleased, Gaga tells him that diligence always pays off in the end. Gaga suggests a new drill, mentioning he heard the next match is important. Ho-young confirms, explaining that their opponent has a monster defender named Carcelo. Gaga agrees they'll strategize how to beat him, emphasizing that anticipation is a key playmaker skill. The narration explains they spent every moment together, with Ho-young learning valuable lessons beyond football. Ho-young also kept up with his team training, making the most of this invaluable time. While resting, Gaga confides that he grew up privileged and only played football as a hobby. He reveals that his passion for the game grew into a dream, driving him to improve. Ho-young looks on, surprised by the revelation. Gaga continues, telling him how a growth spurt led him to a U15 championship, impressing Ho-young. Ho-young finishes the story, recalling Gaga's miraculous comeback to become the star he is today. Gaga reassures Ho-young, telling him he's far more skilled than he was at the same age. With a bright smile, he encourages Ho-young to believe in himself. Gaga reminds him to trust his teammates, as diligence will let him focus on the game. Ho-young is deeply inspired, feeling clear-minded and focused in his idol's presence. He gives Gaga a fist bump, gratefully accepting his advice. Ricardo Gaga turns to Ho-young, ready to discuss their strategy for stopping Carcelo. Ho-young surmises that the key is to break free from Carcelo's intense pressure. Gaga agrees, promising to teach him a technique he often uses himself. He begins a story recalling a formidable defender he once faced named Johnny Valves. The scene shifts to a bustling stadium, where two spectators note the large crowd for a youth match. One holds up a newspaper featuring Ho-young, questioning if the seahorse will become a dragon. The spectators excitedly point out that Ho-young is arriving on the field. Ho-young and his team walk onto the field, passing their stern-faced opponents. The match begins, with both teams taking their positions across the green pitch. Rosca closes in as Carcelo effortlessly dribbles the ball forward. Carcelo looks ahead, his expression focused and intense. From a distance, Ho-young observes his opponent, analyzing Carcelo's rough yet flexible style. Ho-young's eyes narrow as he attempts to discern Carcelo's hidden talents. A system window displays Carcelo's impressive list of talents, along with the conditions required for Ho-young to copy one. The narration explains Fluminense's entire defensive and counterattacking strategy is built around Carcelo. In a flashback, Ricardo Gaga reminds Ho-young that observation is a vital skill for a playmaker. Back in the game, Ho-young sprints forward, sensing a gap to exploit. Carcelo's strengths are detailed: flexible dribbling for long possessions, and confident tackling to recover the ball. Ho-young instructs Rosca to pressure player number 2, and Rosca acknowledges the command. A Fluminense player with the number 6 looks for an open teammate to pass to. The player being marked by Rosca calls out for the ball. Carcelo receives the pass perfectly, thinking it's a great play. Rosca immediately closes in on his mark, applying pressure. Caught by the surprise press, Carcelo quickly debates whether to dribble or pass. Suddenly, Ho-young appears directly in front of him, ready to challenge. Ho-young stares intently at the player with the ball. Stunned, Carcelo realizes Rosca's press was a diversion, wondering how Ho-young got so close. A smirk appears on Carcelo's face as he confidently thinks this simple trap won't stop him. The play is visualized, showing Carcelo's intention to dribble past both defenders. Carcelo believes that by dribbling past them, he can render their strategy useless. The player Rosca is marking shouts for a pass, creating an opening. Carcelo's eyes widen in surprise at the developing play. Instead of just pressing, Ho-young physically body checks Carcelo, who is shocked by the move. Carcelo struggles against the unexpected force, exclaiming that his opponent won't even budge. Ho-young moves past the off-balance Carcelo, eyes locked on the ball. Frustrated, Carcelo complains that Ho-young is as fast and solid as a rock. Ho-young recalls his mentor's advice, realizing it was spot on. A flashback shows Gaga explaining Carcelo's weakness against body checks, advising Ho-young to press aggressively. Suddenly, Ho-young's perspective shifts to a tactical view of the field, allowing him to spot Rosca moving into the box. A new skill is revealed: versatile midfield commander. Ho-young is amazed as he realizes his new skill has dramatically improved his field vision. He unleashes a powerful pass toward his teammate. Rosca skillfully traps the ball while being closely defended. Ho-young sprints forward, moving into a strategic position to receive a return pass. Rosca sends a perfect pass back, and Ho-young acknowledges the nice return. The opposing team's blonde player rushes in, determined to block any shot. As a new skill appears, Ho-young declares he'll score with an inside-of-foot kick. Wham! Ho-young's boot connects with the soccer ball, sending it flying. The opposing goalkeeper dives desperately to intercept the powerful shot. The goalkeeper's face contorts in shock, surprised by the choice of an inside-of-foot kick. Thwump! The ball smashes into the back of the net past the diving goalkeeper. Woo! The crowd roars in excitement, celebrating the early goal. From the sidelines, the coach with the buzz cut commends the boys' diverse and efficient play. Rosca and his teammates' sharp, perfectly timed passes are praised by the narration. Damn, Carcelo thinks in disbelief, wondering who this formidable player is. The scene briefly shifts to a collage of powerful figures from other worlds. Pow! In the locker room, a frustrated player kicks a wooden bench. Carcelo rallies himself, thinking that winning here is the key to the finals. His face twists with intense, focused anger. He dismisses the setback, convinced they can still turn the game around. But the real problem, he realizes, is the player named Woo Ho-young. Facing off against him, Carcelo resolves not to be humiliated by a kid. A tense struggle ensues as multiple players converge on the ball. An opponent's aggressive tackle sends a player reeling. Carcelo shouts at his team to stay calm and not get drawn into their pace. The coach analyzes the new strategy, recognizing it as a defensive play designed to stifle aggression. A new player, with spiky, dark blue hair, jogs onto the field. Whoa! The spectators watch the substitution with great interest. An announcement confirms, Sao Paulo FC is making a substitution. The substitute enters the game, clearly aiming to score more goals. The new player and Ho-young face each other on the field. Ho-young takes command, ordering his teammates to spread out. The substitute player sprints down the field, weaving past defenders. He moves with intense focus and determination. Ho-young realizes Carcelo's overly aggressive movements are creating gaps, and they must score again soon. He visualizes the entire field, assessing every player's position. He spots a weakness. The second and third lines are too far apart, breaking their formation's flow. Ho-young calls out to a player named Douglas, instructing the team to drop back and make quick, short passes. Okay? The substitute player yells, immediately executing the plan. "Damn it," an opponent shouts, frustrated by their constant movement. The defender gives chase, determined to stop Ho-young's strategy. The ball rolls swiftly across the open grass. Wham! The substitute sends the ball flying with a powerful kick. From the stands, spectators marvel that the team has finally found its rhythm. Ho-young recognizes that Douglas's hard work has successfully dispersed the opponent's pressure. He sees his opening. With Douglas drawing the defense, he can time a perfect breakthrough. The substitute player continues his run, dribbling the ball skillfully. With a sudden flash of insight, Ho-young senses the perfect moment to strike. Ho-young, a teammate, yells while sending him a perfect pass. "Got it," Ho-young thinks as he reaches the ball. He breaks free and dribbles the ball directly toward the goal. The opposing goalkeeper charges out, bracing for a one-on-one confrontation. Ooh! His teammates erupt in cheers, celebrating the nice goal. The stunned defenders question how Ho-young slipped past them so easily. Damn, Carcelo grits his teeth in utter frustration. "Nice one, Ho-young," his teammates shout, congratulating him. Ho-young strikes a triumphant pose, celebrating his goal. The narration explains that holes in Fluminense's defensive formation allowed Ho-young to break through repeatedly. With their basic defense shattered, Carcelo was unable to counterattack or use his specialized skills. Sao Paulo FC wins 2-0, leaving a defeated Carcelo to mutter, "We lost." The highly anticipated rookie Woo Ho-young celebrates scoring 2 goals with his teammates. He reflects internally, feeling immense satisfaction from the results of his training. The memory of his team's hard preparation fuels his drive to achieve on the field. A man with a buzz cut praises his performance, and Ho-young gratefully thanks him.